Welcome back to the Super Mega Cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, what episode is it?
17.
Episode 17. So, yeah.
Ryan's good. You got a little news for everyone, don't you?
Yeah, it's big news. This is probably the, pinnacle of existence as we know it.
The pinnacle of your career, the pinnacle of your success.
Yeah. I got verified on Twitter. So, yeah, that's something.
And I didn't, so that's also something.
Yeah, we sent in the same application.
We both applied at the same time for verification.
The key difference being you had a little something in your description.
Okay, so we did a little experiment. I put feminist in my bio, and Ryan didn't. I mean, they verified him and not me. So I guess Twitter doesn't go strictly by stereotypes. I think the real reason I didn't get verified was, I don't know. You had your Instagram as your website link, and I had Super Mega, like the YouTube channel. And they don't like verifying YouTubers very much. So there's that.
Yeah. I can understand that in some cases, but we're trying to get outside of YouTube in some aspects too, like with this podcast, even though it is hosted. Well, not hosted, even though it does display first on the YouTube channel. I'd like to, I don't know. I think iTunes is a better home for it.
Oh,
because people can, of course, if they don't have the YouTube Red shit, they can, lock their phones and listen. And yeah, so let's want to run a little poll real quick. If you're in your car while listening to this and you're at a stoplight, good job. That's all. Just want to say good job to there's someone at a stoplight.
Let's we're gonna say some stuff, and you know who you are. Some people are listening to this while they're on the bus. Yeah, I saw you just grinned a little bit.
And there's at least one person listening to this while masturbating. Yep, that's you. Caught you.
Yeah.
You fucker.
You know exactly who you are. Stop it. Take your hand off of that. Probably not like masturbating to the podcast. Just they have it pulled up and they're doing it in the background and forgot that the podcast is playing.
I'm guilty of that. I don't even forget. I'll have something playing in the background.
It's
like on my phone, it'll be playing in the background, and I'll be just looking at other stuff.
What, Ryan? What do you other stuff? What?
Pornographic material. What? Do you have a conversation?
Oh, actually, yeah, about the word segue.
Okay.
I was just thinking about the word segue. Like when you say the word segue, is it like when I say let's segue into another topic, is that spelled like SEGUE? Or is it like SEGWAY? Because I think that
WAY is the
brand,
vehicle brand or thing,
which is
whatever
based
that is.
on the word segue, right?
Mm-hmm. Which is looks like segue.
I think it's a French word. It sounds like a French word. Segue.
Segue fonobe. I don't know.
That started out as you trying to speak French, and then it turned into some South African gibberish, and went all around the world, and then went to Japan or something, and speaking Japanese at the end. But I'm feeling pretty good, feeling pretty heavy. I just had myself a Big Mac right before we recorded this, and a McFlurry, which I have.
I couldn't eat my McFlurry. I'm too paranoid that they fucked with it.
They did not fuck with it.
I'm sorry.
They just shittily made it, so it looks bad.
It's filled up halfway. It's already mixed together.
Yeah, because McFlurries are always mixed together.
Nuh-uh, usually it's a bunch of crumbs, like Oreo crumbs on the top.
They're always mixed together. They were just too lazy to put the Oreo crumbs on top. Let's settle something here. There's the debate of what place has the best burgers. And, we live in California. We live in Los Angeles.
Now.
This podcast is being recorded and broadcasted from Los Angeles. And here in Los Angeles, and all of California really, Californians are like, oh my God, the best burger in the world. It's In-N-Out Burger. It's holy.
I don't understand that
shit. It's incredible. No, it's not. It's really not that good.
In-N-Out is not an incredible experience. Here, let me. Whenever I go to In-N-Out, it's the buns are always they're toasted, I guess.
I don't like.
But some of them
buns.
are hard. Some of them are hard.
Yeah, around the edges.
And then the cheese is always cheaply melted. Almost.
Yeah, it's like they stuck a piece of American cheese and then they held up a hairdryer to it. So
yeah,
it's just kind of sticky.
And the fucking animal sauce, I honestly think people only go to In-N-Out and get the animal style shit. And that's a trick because you're smothering it in a somewhat good sauce that's hiding the shittiness of the burger.
Like they're like it's not good. I crave In-N-Out probably once every 3 months.
I don't
and
crave it
2
anymore.
nights ago was one of those exceptions, and I went to In-N-Out by myself because
How was your experience?
Ryan refused to go with me. And I went and I got a burger, and you know, I don't know if it's just the In-N-Out near no, I've been to 2 In-N-Outs, and it's always the same. They take forever to give you your food. Like, you know, like when you go in there, if there's more than 3 people in line, you're like, well, I'm not getting my food for probably 20 minutes. So, you got to do that, and then you know, wait for your food, and when the food comes out, and it's like, here's the thing, it's not like an awful burger, it's just like it's not good. It's not like an incredible experience. Everyone made In-N-Out like, oh my god, it's the best place it's the best place in America for a burger, and I went and I'm like
You've got to try In-N-Out.
yeah.
If you like burgers, you got to try some In-N-Out.
And their milkshakes are god awful. They're so sweet, and it's not even like a milkshake. It's like drinking the it's like drinking like the mixture they would use to make a milkshake in like a milkshake machine.
Here's the thing. Five Guys may be expensive, but they do burgers better. You know who else burgers taste better? Wendy's and McDonald's. They taste better than In-N-Out.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not to mention, Wendy's has Frosties, which are way better than the milkshakes they have. And, of course, McDonald's has their McFlurries.
Well, a lot of things are better than In-N-Out's milkshakes. I mean, I used to get them, and then, like, after, like, 5 times of getting it, like, why do I get this? It tastes awful.
I just think it's overhyped. Like,
oh, so overhyped. But it's like, if you say that to someone from California, they're like, shut the fuck up. It's a good burger, goddammit.
You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know a good burger when you fucking put it in your chompers, you fucker.
Dude, that sounds just like someone from California. Yeah, but like it's unreal. You know, like people from California defend In-N-Out like to the end times.
Five Guys is still my
Five
favorite
Guys
burger
is
place.
Undebatably the best burgers in all of America. They're the most real. They're the best tasting. That's my opinion.
I haven't had burgers everywhere, but so far Five Guys is my favorite place to go.
Oh, absolutely. Five Guys.
Especially with their Cajun fries.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Or even just putting vinegar on the fries.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's delicious. And like, nowhere else really does that or offers that.
Their burgers are so well seasoned.
And their buns are, like, always soft. And, like, the bread, you can just pull it apart. But then In-N-Out, I think my least favorite thing about In-N-Out is the bun, because it's toasted, I guess, which I don't like that on a burger. And it's like, well, just ask for it not toasted. I don't like the bread they use in general. This is how I feel. Maybe you'll agree. I feel like the buns they use at In-N-Out, I feel like it's always like the in slice of a loaf of bread.
Okay, about the quality of the buns, I agree, but here's how the buns are to me. You know when you get those sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits from, like, I don't know, a grocery store, and,
like
and you heat them up, and you heat them up in the microwave, then afterwards the bread is kind of hard a little.
Yeah,
that's what the buns are like.
100%. That's a perfect yes.
How can anyone defend this place? Like, the thing is, you can say it's a good burger, but people defend it like it's their dying fucking mission.
Yeah, no, like, of course it's not like an awful burger. I just don't think it's good personally. And if you think it's a good burger, then, you know, I have my opinion that Five Guys is best, and you can have your opinion that In-N-Out is best. I don't think it's even close to the best. McDonald's, their biggest, like,
they're shitty.
Like the shittiest restaurant in America, pretty much. I think they have better burgers. Like, I would take
they taste better. They taste better.
I would take a Big Mac over In-N-Out burger any day. A Burger King, I haven't had Burger King in quite a while. I don't know how their stuff is nowadays.
Yeah. Another thing on that, it's like with the burger thing, no other place matches the chicken nuggets of Chick-fil-A for me.
Oh my god!
And I know a lot of you are gonna say, "Dude, doesn't Chick-fil-A hate the gays, and aren't you supporting it?" Okay, let's hold on.
Talking about food right now.
Yeah. Are you trying to say that because some asshole had a different opinion than you, and it's a shitty opinion given, that you want all of Chick-fil-A to go down and people to stop going to Chick-fil-A and ruin the jobs of so many fucking people that don't even hold the same beliefs as this guy?
No,
you're wanting to condemn all these employees and all these people that own Chick-fil-A's outside of this idiot or whatever.
True it, Kathy.
I don't know. I see people just get mad about that shit. Like,
No, yeah.
of course, it's a shitty thing that he did. And maybe at the time there needed to be some. There was something done. People protested and things changed.
They
and
changed
they,
that, yeah.
I
But,
think.
I think like Truett. I think Truett Cathy is an asshole, and I think all the people that like run Chick-fil-A, I've seen them. They're a bunch of like old, conservative little old white men that don't know like the difference between their hand and their ass, and they're just like they're all really stupid, just entitled rich old white men.
And they're going to be rich for the rest of their lives, regardless.
And
whether...
I don't like any of them, and I don't like the Chick-fil-A like up top corporation.
Yeah.
But that being said, I worked there for a few years, as many of you know. And I loved it personally, and none of the people I worked with were like that. None of the people like I didn't work with any like religious people really. I didn't work with any like like people that were like, oh, I don't like gay people. Like it was good. It was just Chick-fil-A. Like people see it like they're gonna go to like a hardcore Christian restaurant. It's just a regular restaurant on the inside. All the people are just people that are just looking for jobs and end up working at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Back to what you were saying, Chick-fil-A, hands down, does have the best chicken.
Oh yeah,
it is. Oh, it's so good. Oh my God, it's delicious. Like politics of Chick-fil-A aside, which I wish Chick-fil-A hadn't done any of that because I think it bit them in the ass in the long run. But I think that like their chicken is fucking delicious. It is so good. It's so like real and juicy and it's
objectively it's good chicken.
Oh, you
right?
You can't say it's not good chicken, Ryan. You can say In-N-Out's a bad burger, but you can't say Chick-fil-A is bad chicken. Because I remember I remember like making the chicken. It's all like raw chicken. It's not like the nuggets are pre-frozen. It's like raw chicken that we would like dip in milk and then put in like the breading flour and then actually deep fry it right there. So it was always fresh and really, really tasty.
Sounds yum.
I haven't had Chick-fil-A in a really long time. Neither of us have.
Yeah, because there's not one.
It's very sparse in LA.
The only one close enough, I think, is the one near Hollywood Boulevard on Sunset Boulevard.
It's always packed too.
Yeah,
and it's like I don't want to drive like 20 minutes, and then if it's like from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., there's gonna be awful LA traffic, so it's gonna be like a 40-minute drive. Just get Chick-fil-A, which I'm just too lazy to do that.
My favorite, I think the most delicious thing, or just kind of like that, like, oh yes, part of Chick-fil-A is when you get a chicken, like a whatever 12 count, 8 count, or whatever, and you open up the thing, and all of a sudden you see some of the breading. There's no chicken. It's just like some of the breading is still left, and it's just that crunchy, just delicious batter. I don't know. That's so good.
Yeah. No, I know. I used to give people. I hope my manager doesn't hear this. I used to give people extra nuggets every now and then. Just I'd just be like, you know what? I'm gonna make this person's day. So just drop an extra nugget in there. Because if you get McNuggets or something and you have an extra one, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
My day is made.
Little did you know that was probably intentional.
From people just being like, I don't know about it. McDonald's. People at McDonald's seem like they don't really give a shit. I've never really met any nice McDonald's employees. Remember that one time I went to McDonald's and like the guy, I swear he was screwing with you.
He was fucking with me.
Like he was repeating everything you said completely wrong, like the opposite of what you said. And
I know.
You'd repeat it.
He didn't
say it wrong again.
That's the thing. He just didn't want to fucking do his job.
He's like, if
that's
I keep
all
fucking
it
with
is.
Him, he'll drive away, and you did drive away. So it's like,
because fuck him.
It was funny though.
And you can't complain because no one's gonna take a complaint to a fast food organization seriously.
Yeah, no, that's why when everyone was like, when people get pissed at me, like I am calling the company. I'm calling and reporting you. I'm like, okay. Do you know how many calls they get a day? Like that, like you're wasting your time. They open those call lines. So like two things can be reported. Probably like legit sexual harassment, and then just so these like whiny bitchy soccer moms feel like they have more power.
But they don't. After they call, it's like, yeah, that'll show him.
Oh, like he's gonna be getting a phone call from corporate tomorrow.
Oh, soccer moms. I used to play soccer. I didn't play soccer too long. I played soccer for I think 3 years, and then I just went on to baseball for 9.
Oh, soccer. Oh, baby. Don't get me started about my soccer stories. I did soccer when I was in first grade, kindergarten or first grade, and I did one season of it with my cousin Forrest. I think I did it because he was doing it. So I signed up for like soccer camp, and it was every week, and I hated it. I was so bad at it. I didn't get a single goal the entire season. And in the end, like it was like a camp where they trained you, and then at the end you had a big soccer game against like another faction from our city that also did the same like type of camp. Yeah, so they didn't show up, so they just gave us the trophy and we won. So that was my soccer experience.
Yeah.
Imagine if that's how war worked. Like the other side just doesn't show up. Oh, I guess we
won. Well, I mean, if they don't show up, then they're not defending anything. So technically, I mean, they do win, the other side.
This is
were there like legitimate, like there's still rules to war, but were there like actual like delegated rules, like, hey, you shoot first, then we shoot?
No.
Is that a thing?
No. Well, all I know, like the closest
like
thing
with the muskets and shit.
I know in the Civil War there was stuff like where they wouldn't fight each other on Christmas and stuff, and they wouldn't, because I think was it Christmas or something one year during the Civil War. I thought like the North and the South actually got together and like cooked food and like shared it and like just like talked around the campfire and stuff, and then went back to war like the next day. But they all got together and had like a ceasefire and just like had like a little party together.
There's stories of World War I with German soldiers and like American soldiers like playing soccer and shit.
That's cool. I like that. That's really cool.
I think that's World War I or II. I can't remember. But I could swear there was a point when there were muskets and there was like warfare, kind of like they were going off like of duel kind of rules where like
it's like he loads and takes a shot and I load and take a shot.
I really was that never a thing? Like back in like red coat days.
I have no idea. Maybe because it took a long time to load one of those muskets. I watched a guy do it once. I was at some like I don't know.
With the time he's reloading something, you can just pick up a rock and start throwing it at him.
Like that the rule is like
stop it.
While he's loading, you can't shoot him, but you can throw rocks at him. You can hit him with sticks.
You can go up and like slap him in the face.
You can yell obscenities and vulgarities at him.
Your mom's stupid.
Demean his character, but you can't shoot him. All right. None, and you can't throw a knife at him or anything.
No, they had bayonets were on the end of the guns.
That sucks. I wonder, like, imagine getting stabbed with a bayonet and then just getting shot while the blade is.
Oh God, that's something that happens in Gears of War.
We just went from talking about like the best burger to just imagine like a bayonet going into your body and then they just unload.
Having bayonets, the bayonets, having those bayonets. The purpose was to just like stab them, but like a lot of people just got disemboweled and their guts were just pouring out and shit, right? Because they just like stick them in the stomach and then and then it's like wah, 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 wah,
my guts.
It'll be like, oh no, my guts.
Did you download a soundboard app?
Yeah, what's Waka Waka?
Waka Waka.
Oh. Exactly what okay.
Like, what's this sound? That's exactly what it described.
Oh yeah, but can you guess what this one is?
Well, do you know why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
That's a popular sound nowadays.
I've heard some YouTubers use that in their videos.
Yeah. What about this one?
Wheel of Fortune.
Oh yeah? One more for you.
The Oklahoma City bombing.
Yeah, how'd you know?
I make jokes about that because it's been long enough, right?
I have no idea.
1994? You're born in 94, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been over 21 years. 21 years is like the...
The only thing I know from like 94 was the car chase, the O.J. Simpson car chase.
That was
going on while I was in the hospital, I think.
That was in 94?
I think so. Let me look that up.
Juice. Toss the gun, Juice.
Come on, Juice.
Juice.
O.J. Simpson.
What are some big events of 1994? Because okay, so there's like those 90s kids that love to glamorize the 90s, but wasn't the 90s like a really shitty time?
I don't know. I mean,
I thought that the 90s actually like kind of sucked for a lot of people. Anthony Fantano did like a meme review on his second channel. He does meme reviews. They're very funny. You should go check them out. Ryan and I are actually on one. But he does meme reviews, and he did one on like 90s kids, and he was talking about like how like all the kids that say they're 90s kids were born in like 1997 and 1998, and then they didn't realize that the 90s were actually like a really shitty time. If you were born in like early 90s, or if you were conscious during the 90s, and when I say that, if you're born in 1996 or 1995, please please don't comment because you're not a '90s kid. What I mean is like if you were sentient enough to understand things during the '90s, tell us about your '90s experiences. Maybe was it a shitty time? Was it a fun time you look back at and say, man, where did those good old days go?
Yeah, I was born in the '90s, but I don't categorize myself as a '90s kid, even though I have a lot of memories from watching the TV shows and stuff, and it was a big part of my life. But like when it comes to like the '90s, I mean, when you're like a little middle schooler, when you're starting to like that's
the
that's
period
when you know
period
that
in your life when you start discovering who you are, type of thing.
yeah.
Not when you're like a well, okay, so I was born at the very beginning of '96, so I was alive for 4 years throughout the '90s, and
You don't remember any
I
of
don't
them?
remember much of it because I don't remember until I was like my earliest memory was probably when I was like 2 or 3, I don't know, probably 3. I actually don't know what my earliest memory is, but I don't really remember much about the '90s. I do remember the week before the year 2000.
I remember that. I remember
when it became 2000.
Yeah, that was a big event.
I just have a memory of it was really cold and I'm wearing like a sweater and I was out in my driveway in front of my old house, my old little 1-story brick house, and it was a clear blue day and it was like a few days at the end of December in 1999, and that's like a very early memory I have.
I don't remember the actual fear.
Oh, I didn't know what
people
Y2K
had.
was.
Yeah.
For those who were born beyond that, Y2K was like everyone was scared that when the clock turned from 1999 to 2000, it would break like every computer in the world.
Because the number 2 doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Apparently.
it's like they didn't program computers to like be able to function with the number 2000 as a date or something, and it would like fuck up every electronic device. They would all get shut down, like planes would come crashing down, nuclear reactors would go off, and it was like a legitimate fear. Actually, I saw a thing. I think I tweeted it out like a month ago, but it was just, I thought it was funny. It's just a picture. It was like an official Best Buy sticker, and it was like, remember to turn your computer off before December 31st, 1999. And it was like an actual Best Buy sticker.
Really?
Yeah, from like something.
So like corporate, like businesses were promoting this shit.
Well, like I feel like they would. I don't know, because I feel like Y2K was one of those things where people, like, it was just a big mass hysteria thing, but like smart people were like, no, it's gonna be fine, like companies and shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know, if Best Buy did that, then maybe it was more of just like a big up for debate, and people like just don't know what's gonna happen.
Maybe they were having fun with it. And it was like a tongue-in-cheek sort of thing.
I don't know, because corporations doing that, wouldn't that kill the sales of like computers? Because people are like, oh, they're gonna break in a few months anyway. I'm not gonna buy a computer or any electronic products. I don't know, but you know, the clock turned from 1999 to 2000 and nothing happened.
Yeah.
Everything kept running smoothly.
Speaking of technology, what the fuck is going on with the iPhone 7?
Dude, I don't know. I'm so tired of like, I really.
Who's in charge now? Who's in charge?
Steve Jobs sold. They
like,
captured it.
Apple is trying to get rid of the headphone jack right now.
They are getting rid of the headphone jack. They're not trying to.
No, they're trying to, like, as in they're trying to replace it. And like, I get it. Wireless technology is the future, but like, there are still like, I don't know.
It's not like an outdated thing. The headphone jack. The headphone jack is something that's been around. And I was talking to Barry about this earlier. Barry from the Game Grumps, and he's saying like the headphone jack. Like, I get it, like, technology updates, but the headphone jack is not something that, like, needs to be updated.
Yeah.
Because it's not like it's poor quality and all of a sudden it'll be so much better. Apple, of course, people in the comments in Apple are saying, like, oh, but this is higher definition sound. I get, like, exact same definition sound through headphones, you know? It's like... But like, I don't think there's like a loss of quality because of a headphone jack.
They're bringing out the wireless new headphones that they're going to start giving out with phones.
The
now.
AirBuds?
Yeah, the AirBuds. The AirBuds.
I think it's AirPods. Is that what they're called?
I don't know. But like, so I guess they're going over to just Bluetooth technology. Which, if you remember, Bluetooth technology was just something to point and laugh at, like, when it first came out, and people always had those fucking stupid earpieces.
Yeah. Oh my God! I forgot. My cousin had one.
Yeah, I wanted one. I
wanted one so bad. I just wanted to like wear a little Bluetooth piece around.
It
all
looked
the
like
time.
a fucking spy.
Dude, why don't we get them and just start wearing them to the office every day?
Yeah, what's up?
Because like every time you get a text, I think it tells you that too.
I love the feeling of we need to get walkie-talkies for our place.
Yes. So like late at night, I can just be like, "Hey Ryan, you want to go for a walk, or you want to go get food. Yeah, but we should get walkie-talkies or make a tin can phone that goes from the string goes from my window across our living room window to your window.
It has to be like the line has to be taut.
Is that how those work? It has to be taut.
Yeah, I think because it's not going to travel on a loose line.
God, dude, I was at Santa Monica. I was looking at these beach chicks. They were so taut.
It's fucking taut.
Is taut like? Can you use taut as a like a word to describe a beautiful young woman?
I don't know.
Dude, she was taut.
I know it from kind of like sailor terms, just kind of like keep it taut.
That's really funny. Because I know it from fishing. Like you got to keep the line.
Yeah, exactly.
The line taut. It's funny because like taut sounds like that's a word that could in the next 10 years become like a word that is just completely new meaning. Like you know what I'm saying? God, dude, I slept with this chick last night and she was taut.
Well, it sounds similar to thought, which was that 2015 where thought was big?
I don't know. I heard
or was
about
that like 14 or like
I
earlier than
heard it for the first time like probably about a year ago. And when I was in South Carolina is when I first heard the word thought, and I was like, is that like a have I not heard that in California because this is like a southern word? And then I found out it's like a ghetto Twitter word.
It was on Vine and shit.
How's she a thought? Like, what does that even mean?
Vine has gone downhill. I think did you know what they started doing with Vine? They started making it so like you could make longer videos on Vine and like it would start off 7 seconds.
6 seconds anymore?
It used to be like 6-7 seconds, and now like it still is. But you can let me see if I can pull one up. Yeah, look, where you can choose to watch more, and I think that kills the app. I think that kills it.
That gets rid of the entire purpose of it.
Yeah,
then it's just another video sharing service.
Yeah,
the whole point of Vine was it's like, funny little, like Ryan, tell me the word I'm looking for.
I don't fucking know.
Ryan, tell me the word I'm looking for.
I don't know what you're thinking of, dude.
Well, it's just like little 6-second videos.
They ruined it, and I got verified on Vine too. I was gonna make it big.
Ryan, he was gonna be the next Vine star.
My Vines are of the highest quality.
I've met one little Vine star. Okay, Ryan sees Vine stars all the time.
Everywhere I go, it's a curse. How. It's a fucking curse.
He has a curse where he sees Vine stars. Like he'll just go out for like a walk, and he'll just be like,
I'll come back and be like, dude, I just saw, and then I don't even know their names.
They're never people I've ever seen or heard of in my life.
But I'll pull them up on Vine, and you'd be like, oh, I've seen them once.
Yeah, we've seen them at the movie theaters. Who do we see at the movie theaters that one time? When we saw the Zoolander premiere. Who was that? The older Vine guy? It was like
it was I don't know his name.
Nash.
It's not Greer.
No,
it was
not
the
Nash.
older Nash. The
The
old guy.
Ricky Nash.
The one that had like a Comedy Central movie that didn't do well.
Did he?
I think so. I think he had like some. I don't want to speak ill of the poor man. He was just making entertainment for entertainment. I mean, he was making entertainment. So
here's the thing. It's like there's a famous quote about pornography, Ryan. And it was like there was a big debate about what constitutes pornography. Like, where's the line between art and porn? And like the person summed it up the best. This one person said, "I can't define pornography, but I know it when I see it."
What does this have to do with?
Here's the thing about Vine stars, Ryan. I can't define a Vine star, but I know one when I see it.
Pretty much.
You know, like when you see someone. When you like say like for instance at VidCon, you could immediately tell who is a Vine or a Musical.ly star. You're like, okay, that person looks like a complete pious asshole. I think he's a Vine star. They all have the exact same look. Like they wear like really expensive clothes and they have their hair all like fixed up and swooshed and very like very tight, rich white American kid look.
Yeah,
you know?
But like Vine started out like there's people like Who Is Maxwell who I've worked with.
He like I used to watch his he'd put all his Vines on his YouTube channel and make compilations. They were really funny.
Oh, he's hilarious.
He was popular too. I don't know why he kind of just like dropped off the face of the earth.
Because the more popular people started coming, it was more about collaborating, and then like when you collabed, you kind of lost your sense of humor and enveloped someone else. And like I can see where he just I don't know. He didn't find it nurturing to his type of humor anymore.
You should try to get in touch with him.
I'll try it.
You should try. It'd be really cool to get him to come like stay with us for a bit. He's super cool.
I stayed with him for like a weekend. Daniel and I did like a what was the sketch called? Uncle Max.
A trip to Uncle Max. A trip to
Uncle Max or something. Uncle Max.
That old classic Syndigo sketch.
Yeah, I like it.
I love that sketch. He's funny.
I like the gross feeling sketches.
He's a very grotesque man.
I love him. He's so funny.
He's one of the only people on Vine I actually like Because he was around before like Vine Stars became a thing, where it was all
Yeah.
like those douchey little white kids that all the little white girls. I think it was before the tiny like. I think he was in the era before the 9 to 15-year-old white girls kind of infected Vine. You know?
Yeah, they
They affect a lot of platforms. Yeah, I've always known Reddit is kind of left. You know, had for instance, atheist used to or r/atheism used to be default, and then I used to be subscribed to.
What a shitty subreddit, by the way.
Oh, it's so bad. And that's not bashing atheists or Christians or anyone. It's just a circle jerk of just like of neck, beard, tip, fedora, got people.
You know what the cringiest thing that came out of like atheism is?
What?
The flying spaghetti monster. Every time I hear someone say that or mention it, I just kind of like, I'm like,
Oh,
come
yeah.
on.
It's so stupid.
That's just a low blow.
I used to think it was so funny as a kid though. I used to like be all about it and
It's
stuff.
the flying spaghetti monster. Now it's just shut up. It's kind of like the equivalent of it's kind of like the equivalent of when people are making jokes on kind of gender, I guess, and they go, "I identify as an attack helicopter." It's like, "Oh,
Never heard that one before.
that's old."
Yeah, for a second I thought you were just gonna be like it's equivalent to people making jokes on gender, and I'm like, Ryan, we do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fuck, what was I gonna say?
Well, we've done some jokes that like I look back at like on the channel. I'm like,
I think when you release content as frequently as us, there's a lot of stuff you look back at and you're like, why did I say that?
or why was this a running joke?
Or why was that? Why did I think that was funny at the time? That's really not funny. There's some old Super Mega videos. Looking back, I'm like, huh. I thought that was a lot funnier at the time.
I know.
What are some good subreddits, Ryan?
I on us. Sorry, I fuck up my speech because I'm mentally handicapped.
Do you need some medicinal cannabis?
That would be great. I'd focus and I'd feel great. Anyways, great. I love that word. Can you tell? I use it frequently. Our movies, our gaming is usually what I go to, but as when it comes to entertaining subreddits, our cringe is always a good one.
My favorite subreddit is r/supermega, of course.
Yeah, we need to have more people active. I mean, I'd visit the subreddit a lot. Like, if there are questions and stuff, I'd go there and answer questions.
We
and
should
shit. Like, not every question, but like if it was a legitimate discussion, I want to do an AMA.
Let's do an AMA this week. Let's do an AMA.
Well, we don't know. Let's wait until we're like, I don't want to like just say it and then it not happen.
We could just jump on the subreddit and just make a thread and be like, hey guys, doing an AMA, and then tweet out the link. And
Yeah,
then
we're definitely
just
gonna do that
answer
soon.
questions for like an hour.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. If there was like, I think our fans are more on Tumblr, I guess.
Which I don't go on, so
I check it every now and then, but
I used to
Reddit is
check it every
definitely
now and
my
then.
place.
I used to check Tumblr every now and then
There's
I
some
just
good
stopped
art.
because I'm just like, I don't. Tumblr has a lot of the fan fiction stuff, a lot of the drawings of us kissing naked.
Oh, yep, that's definitely a thing.
Which, as much as I love,
Although there was a recent drawing of us naked that I do like.
I like that too. That was a hilarious. Well, here's the thing: we weren't engaging in a sexual act.
It was disgusting. It's a disgusting picture.
It's what was it? It's you vomiting
and peeing on the ground.
And what am I blowing my brains out?
Yeah,
is that what's happening?
Yeah, you have your like a handgun, not
a handgun,
like
my
a literal
gun looks like a
gun.
hand.
Yeah, like you have your hand in the shape of a gun and you're blowing your brains out.
A lot of bodily fluids in that image, and both of our penises are drawn.
Yeah,
and
mine's the thick, stumpy one, and yours is the long, livestocky one.
I wonder, I would love to retweet or like tweet out that fan art, but I can't because I'm trying to be a good boy right now.
Oh
for my verification.
Yeah.
See, if I'm a good boy, maybe Twitter will be like, all right, we'll throw you a verification. But whatever. At the end of the day, you think I'll be verified within a year from now? You think?
I think you'll be verified next time you apply or whenever. Because the thing is, now that I'm verified, I want to try to get Super Mega verified because we couldn't get the actual @ Super Mega because that it's owned by like someone else has it,
and it's like 2009.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, just having it verified would be like, oh, Super Mega, got it. And there's also fan accounts and stuff, but verification, I guess we're coming full circle, aren't we? Verification is cool, but I've noticed a lot of just regular people that are verified. Like there's this fan that has 232 followers, and they're following like 110 people, and they're obviously just like a fan of like YouTubers. And I'm like, how are they verified? How did this happen?
Like
they follow and unfollow and follow and unfollow to get your attention.
And they don't have like a website link to them. They don't have like anything in the description saying like what they do or like why they're verified.
It's because they had a friend at Twitter that was probably like, I can get you verified.
And then you can tweet at YouTubers and then unfollow them and follow them and unfollow them and follow them, so then they'll notice you. That's really annoying, by the way, if you're ever verified.
Yeah.
And you follow someone and then unfollow them and then follow them and then unfollow them, because if you're verified, or even if you have a significant number of followers and you follow somebody, it gives that person notification like, this person followed you. So what people do is they'll like follow you and then they'll unfollow you, and then like an hour later follow you again, and then like the next day they'll follow you again because they want you to like notice and follow them back. How do you get verified on YouTube? I don't understand. Because I see accounts with like 20,000 subscribers that are verified, stuff like that, and like it seems like every YouTuber's account is verified, but it's like hard to get super mega verified. Or Kids of Problems. Even though Senegal was verified, I think you have to do it through an MCN. Like, I think that's the new rule now, because it used to be you had to do it through your Google Plus page. Like, you had to have a certain number of followers.
Or something.
What?
You had to have, like, a website or something.
Yeah. Now it's like, how do you get verified on YouTube?
Pokemon Go's coming to the Apple Watch.
Is it? It's making it... Okay, well, they're adding, like, new shit to it, I saw. Like, there's, like, a buddy system now.
No one cares anymore. Just bring on bring on the fucking Hawaii Island, whatever it is.
Sun and Moon?
Sun and Moon. Bring on Sun and Moon.
I'm excited for that.
Fuck Pokemon Go. It's boring now. I'm sorry.
Right, you're just saying that because it's not popular anymore.
Yeah, because it's boring.
Yeah, it was really cool at first. But then after you play it for a while, you're like, okay. And then when they got rid of like the footstep shit, I mean, they brought it back apparently, made it better, but they shouldn't have taken it
Too
away.
late. I'm uninterested. I'm a gamer.
I uninstalled it like a couple weeks ago. I might reinstall it at some point to give it a try. I'll probably reinstall it once they add second generation stuff.
I doubt even then I'll reinstall. I think I'm just tired of the gameplay, and I'm just like, okay.
It had a really big boom, and then kind of ran its course.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe when the second generation comes out, let's go to Chernobyl and see what Pokemon we can find there. Let's go back to Area 51, but this time let's actually cross the gate and go in there and see what Pokemon there are. Anyway, guys, that is all we have for this episode of Super Mega Cast. We are on iTunes. It comes out every Saturday on iTunes and every Thursday on YouTube.
Yeah, and check us out. We live stream on Omegle every Thursday morning.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Super Mega Cast, episode 17.
Correction. It's actually the 18th episode, you dumb fucks.
I am Matt Watson.
And I'm Ryan McGee.
Yes, he is. And we're here to
Were you about to speak over me?
No, I wasn't.
Were you about to make it seem like you were the only one on the podcast?
No, I was going to say, you didn't let me. I was going to say, I'm Matt Watson, and I'm here
Matt, may I remind you?
Oh, shit, that scared me. Sorry, the back of the TV looked like it was someone hunched over, hiding behind the television. Really, like from this angle, you should see it. Like it looks like someone with a gray shirt on, like hiding behind the TV. Anyway,
Aaron's been waiting here all day to try to scare someone in the office, yet no one came.
Ooh, finally, it's 11 o'clock at night. Someone. Anyway, guys, welcome to our podcast. We have got some witty topics. Actually, no, we don't. We have literally nothing planned to talk about. But
that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Crinkles. Yeah, but so Ryan, let's start with this. In the last week, you went on a little adventure across the country, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to Ohio with Aaron, Brent, and Vernon of Game Grump.
The dream team. Game Grump?
Yeah, it was a good time. It was great. I actually had alcohol on a flight for the first time.
You can't say that on the podcast, dude.
Yeah, I can.
We'll lose all our sponsorships that we don't have.
Oh yeah. Well, it was great. I had myself some cheeses and wines on the flight back. Except on the flight there was hell. Specifically because I was sitting next to this child whose parents fell asleep easy enough, And I can sleep on planes pretty easily usually. So I fell asleep. I closed my eyes and I went into a little. I got together with the dream team. We consulted and we picked out a good little cloudy dream for Ryan McGee to have. And so I fell asleep on the plane, and all of a sudden, the kid that these parents had smacked me in the face and woke me up. And I'm like, okay, maybe he was just being a useless little fucking brat. But no, I try to fall asleep four other times. I like successfully, kind of just pass out. And again, he'll like hit my face and wake me up.
Why? You just wanted to be friends, dude.
I just wanted to be friends. This is me. This is my reaction. Like I wasn't like that. I was just kind of like he slapped me and I just went. I looked at him with like tired eyes, like just in amazement of like, what the fuck are you doing?
You looked like I just like insulted your dead war veteran grandfather.
I know, because like it's like something hit me. I have to go into primal investigation mode, and I turn and I just look at this fucking kid, and then he starts crying on the plane later in the flight, right next to me.
There's nothing worse than when a baby's crying on an airplane.
But he's like. Like he's trying to scream as loud as he fucking can, and like the parents are like, it's okay. Like I feel for the parents and everything, but like I don't know, just getting slapped and then woken up by a screaming child just wasn't it wasn't my time. It wasn't my day. It wasn't my flight.
Woken the mom up and been like, hey, your son's a cunt. Can you get him to stop doing that?
I didn't want to wake the poor woman up.
Yeah, I feel it. She got to already live with this kid every day. So.
Exactly. She should get some rest. She's gonna need it because she's got 18 years locked down, like pretty much held hostage by her child. That's what happens when you have a kid. You're held hostage.
And then all your money. But
it's like you're being extorted for money.
Yeah, and you have no choice. I actually, so about I think half a year ago, I was on a red-eye flight from Los Angeles to South Carolina.
Red-eye flight's just early morning flight, right?
It's a flight that's overnight.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So,
I don't know why I haven't known this. I just always heard the phrase, never cared to look up the definition, or no one cared to explain it to me.
I actually only learned it like a year ago because my mom said it, and I was like, what does that mean? Oh, it makes sense. But I'm on this flight, and it was a flight where they had turned all the lights off because it's, middle of the night.
I love it when they do that.
Oh, it's great. And I had a window seat, and then next to me was a
reader.
No, a nice young black woman with her elderly black grandma. It was probably 3 a.m. and I had to use the bathroom.
Like charcoal black, or like are these chimney sweepers that just came from a day's work? Or I'm kidding.
I feel like chimney sweepers is a racial slur.
Is it?
No, but it sounds like that would totally be a racial slur.
Those fucking chimney sweepers. I just imagine you like, because you're like these black people. Like I'm picturing like these pitch black humanoid figures.
Okay, actually there was no reason for me to say they're black.
Yeah, I know.
But here's the thing.
That's why it always catches me off guard, because you always describe people as like, well, no, there's this loud black woman outside.
I'm trying to paint the picture so people can visualize it. The race doesn't have anything to do with it.
Much like people painted their skin color with a racial undertone.
No.
Whitey.
Ryan?
Go on.
You cut that shit out of the podcast. If you call me Whitey one more time, I'm walking out of this room.
Matt, cut it out.
I have to use the bathroom. So like I get up and they're both asleep and I don't want to wake them up. So I'm like, okay, I got long little string bean legs.
Get nice long fuckers,
Yeah, I could probably stretch my legs over these two sleeping angels.
You're like Superman. You can cross a city in one, long bound.
One little whoop. Yep. So I extend my leg over and I realize I'm not going to be able to make it over the girl and her grandma. I'm only going to be able to make it over the girl. So I do. And then I'm kind of situated so my crotch is kind of interface, and my legs are on the outside of her legs. That's going to get taken out of context. But basically, as I'm going, I guess I woke her up, and she had a panic attack.
What?
She goes, ah, ah, ah! Like yelling on the plane. And I was like, oh. And then when she yelled...
Are you straddling her as this is going on?
I yell, or no, I'm sorry, she yells, which wakes up her grandma, who does the same thing. She goes, oh, oh, oh!
Because she probably thinks the plane's fucking crashing or some shit.
Her granddaughter just like, oh, oh! And then she starts yelling, and it's like pitch black, and everyone's just like, I can hear everyone in the plane like wake up and like jostle around, like, what's going on, huh? And I hear like people be like, what? And they yell for a good like 2 to 3 seconds just in unison, and I'm like, oh no, I'm sorry. And then the granddaughter just like hyperventilating and shit. And I was like, and I just rushed to the bathroom.
All of a sudden, the airline assistant comes like, "Sir, what's your name?" And you go, "Humongous."
You sexually assaulted these women? Yeah, so I go to the bathroom, and then I come back, and they're back asleep again. I get back in, no problem. And then, like, probably 3 hours later, I'm like, shit, I gotta get up again.
God damn it, Matt.
Guess what happened?
Why did you have to go again?
Because I was drinking Coke on the flight.
Then stop. If you cause a panic attack, you can wait to drink a Coke.
No, I
can't. You?
No, I was thirsty. I didn't care. I'm never gonna see these people again, and I was thirsty as hell. So I had some Coke or some apple juice or whatever. But like 3 hours later, we're getting like further into the flight. I got to get up again.
So you straddle.
Guess what happened?
You straddle these poor women, and they have another panic attack.
Precisely what happened.
Oh!
Yeah, it was the grandma that actually woke up the second time. She went, "Oh, oh!" Like they must have they're probably fresh off the plane from like some war-torn like area where they have severe PTSD, and they're sleeping for the first time in months. And then just this big lanky white boy just wakes them up and just sends them into just a panic attack.
I was just thinking like the elderly woman was just remembering the storm when they were storming the beach of Normandy.
She was there.
Yeah,
she was on the front lines.
She was next to Tom Hanks.
Yeah, but that was a fun little plane experience I had.
I'm just, like usually plane experiences are. I hate flying, dude.
Oh, I love flying.
I hate it. It's so boring.
Why do you hate it?
It's boring.
I don't know. I find it weird. Like
it's great. Like no, don't get me wrong. It's great. It's wonderful. It's a fucking miracle that we can go up in the air and do all this shit. You know, I do all this shit. I make it sound like we're doing flips.
Just do all this
like
shit.
It makes it seem like we're up there for fun, just flipping and yanking our chains. Woo! But I don't know. It's just boring and just sit there. It's like it just reminds me of a doctor's waiting room. It's like you have to wait here to get to your destination.
Yeah.
Except the difference is you're not waiting to get a finger shoved up your ass.
Well, I don't know what kind of flights you've been on, but I was on one where they had this great service where they did that. But I actually like flying because
Virgin Airlines.
It's this weird I get this weird pleasure out of it where.
What?
No, but it's not like a fetish.
Like the airplane's vibrating. You're sitting in your seat, just
dude. The moment that plane takes off, I just get off.
The moment you feel the wheels kind of locking back up, just
my prostate.
Oh, my little peanutty prostate. Tickle me,
no.
tickle me.
I booked flights specifically because that's how I get off. But
because they tickle your peanut.
God, don't call it that. I hate that. Every time you compare a prostate to a peanut, it just
you're like massaging a little peanut.
It irks me. I don't like that. But anyway, it's like I don't know. It's cool because I don't do it that often, and when I do, it's like I don't know. Maybe it's because I loved it so much as a kid. It's like I never let go of that, so it's this fun oh man, this is great. Whoa, I'm up in the sky. But there's a lot of amazement and dude, think about this. I look at airplanes and I'm like, how the hell is that in the air? Literally, people climb into a massive metal tube and then they fire it into the sky and it goes thousands of miles and then lands.
Well, I feel like that's the same. Like it's not the same thing, but it's kind of like people who know airplanes and know how they work. They're like, it's very simple how it works. You see, kind of like how when Bill O'Reilly was like, the tides come in, the tides go out. Can't explain that.
You really can't, though.
You really can't.
That's the thing. You really can't explain that. So.
And I love that. The tides go in, the tides come out. Just how it works.
Can't explain that.
I love Richard Dawkins. Just, well, actually, you can't explain that. And we can because of science. Science.
No.
And all you butt-fucking illiterate wastes of space. That's my...
Is that what he said on the interview with Bill O'Reilly?
I always get that vibe. I always get that vibe from Richard Dawkins. Like,
he seems very pretentious.
He's always talking down to people. It always seems like just... You know what? I don't see the point in religion.
Oh, dude. If he were
a giant spaghetti monster.
Yeah, you might as well believe in the flying spaghetti monster. He
what is it? Chortle. Yeah, he chortled to himself.
Imagine being roommates with him. He'd be the most condescending, awful dude to live with. He'd just be so like, if you're going to fill the trash can and not take it out, you might as well be a Christian.
He'd come at you like this, like you walk in, he's like, hey, did you leave the trash can out? Yeah, I just a little more could be stuffed. Well, if you think about this, the space around the trash bag is great and everything, but it needs to be filled up, as you said. But when you overflow, it really expands to the point.
Richard, I'll take the trash
to
out.
the point where it'll
Yeah.
explode, and it's quite a fascinating thing. I don't know why people aren't fascinated by this,
Well, it's
but
the
they
trash
keep
can.
ignoring it. And it's by that simple thing why we are getting nothing done in the scientific community.
Well, Richard, do you need to go take a nap, dude? I thought there was
No,
more
sorry,
room in the
I got a
trash
red eye flight tonight.
can. Okay,
I'm gonna go get a thumb up my butt on Virgin Airlines.
Oh, Richard, you and your ass tickling antics.
Then what's his name? Hitchens. Yeah, I love Hitchens.
He died, didn't he?
He died of cancer.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a sad little event. Like I
Cancer's
may not
sad.
have I may not have agreed with like some of the shit he said, but like he's a very intelligent man.
It was sad because like, didn't he? I think you were telling me this. Didn't he make a video where he's just said he's like, I'm not ready to die, but I have to.
Yeah, he's just kind of like he doesn't feel like it's his time. He doesn't want to die. He feels like he's dying prematurely, but he has no say in it. There's no like there's not an like he can't do anything about it.
That's
like life.
That's what death is.
Yeah,
It sucks.
I've already said this, I think, but like the thought of death just keeps me awake at night sometimes.
It's definitely terrifying.
It's terrifying, but it's the thing that makes it terrifying is because it's confusing and I don't understand it fully.
And you
like
don't know.
like me, like I fully believe that when I die, there's no second, there's no afterlife, there's no second kind of chance or whatever. That's just what I personally believe. I think, it's just, you either, want to be buried or you want to be cremated, yada yada. But there are other people that believe in the afterlife, and I don't know, it just
I'm honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't want to get into religion because
well, it's not really a religious debate. I mean, a lot of people can think of an afterlife without having being.
I'm saying that to what I'm about to say.
Oh, okay.
Is like, I don't really know what I think is gonna happen after I die. Like, I'm not religious, but it's like so mysterious and weird to me that like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I grew up religious like my whole life.
That there's still that part of you.
It's like I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
It's just
because
like
I feel like scientifically when I die, nothing's gonna happen.
Because it's just like what I'm doing is I'm making an educated guess on what I've experienced, and I haven't experienced from what research and like all this stuff. Like I don't see there being really not just a point, but a way for there to be an afterlife.
Yeah, no, and I mean that's a perfectly logical.
And maybe my
thing for
feeble
you to say.
mind can't understand it because maybe it's another dimension.
Or maybe, Ryan, we're gonna say this stuff, and then we're gonna die, and we're gonna wake up in like some Egyptian hell. that thought actually terrifies me. Like, what if like there was some old religion that was right and it died out, but that was right, and then like we go through our lives, we die, and we wake up, and we're like in some Egyptian like old like Sumeric hell, and we're just like, what the fuck?
Where it's like this religion didn't even make sense. It was just cruel and it was sexist and all of a sudden it's like, it doesn't matter if it was sexist. It was the religion.
It was right.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's like it doesn't matter if it's shitty. It's right.
And then you're just like, well, fuck. Now I'm here forever. I'm gonna get whipped by Anubis. Fuck. Dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. This is totally me when I wake up in Egyptian hell. Ah! I don't know how true it is. In fact, I don't know if it's true at all, but I remember I just used to always hear, like my history teachers would tell stories about it in high school. Like, there was this dude, James I don't remember his name.
Peach, yeah.
Oh, yeah, classic. Some guy that would go through pyramids and, like, he had a team of people, and they discovered some famous, I don't remember if it was Tut or something. They discovered his tomb in a pyramid. And, like, before they went in, there was, like, a big, like, reading that said, like, if you come in here, you're gonna die, like you're gonna get cursed. And they went in ignoring it, and then like they all died within like a week. And that's like
it's like kind of like on the set of The Exorcist.
Apparently
Shit
that's
happens.
true though. Like they died like a week, like all of them died for unknown causes a week later. Which if that is 100% true, and there's nothing like, oh well they died because when they went in they contracted a disease that had been there.
Well, because it's like you're also talking about people that go into old pyramids. Like these aren't people that were like sitting at home one day just having a cup of coffee. Like they went and they traveled to different areas. I don't know the causes of their death or if what you're saying is 100% accurate, but I don't know. You're just stop trying to explain away the truth.
Oh, I don't know, but ever since I heard that story, like in the back of my mind, I've always been scared to like make fun of Egyptian gods because I'm like, fuck, what if they're real and they're gonna curse me? But it doesn't make sense. It's illogical. But it's like deep down, I have this weird little like irrational fear. Like if I make fun of these Egyptian gods, I'm gonna die.
They don't fuck around.
It's like I'm not scared of Satan. I'm not scared of, but these Egyptian gods.
Because Satan's a little fucking porky pig ass dude with the pitchfork.
I love that.
Welcome to hell, folks.
It's Sounds like Brent Lilly, our manager Brent.
What you wearing?
What you wearing? You get to hell, and what if we died? We get to hell, and it's fucking Brent sitting there in like a lounging chair, just hey, what you wearing?
My work here is done.
Welcome to hell. We're gonna have a good time together, buddy.
I wouldn't mind hell if Brent was there.
Dude, if it was
Brent
just...
would we'd be treated right. Brent would like make sure we feel comfortable.
Here's
you
the
know?
thing. He would torture us because he has to. But he would
like, sorry about this, part of the job.
Yeah. He'd make funny jokes while he does it. Like funny dad jokes and stuff. And I'd feel okay. Because I could honestly I could survive hell if it were you, me, and Brent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking die like 40 years down the road. I'm gonna die like 60 years from now. After like we've all stopped talking. And I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be in hell with you and Brent.
Well,
and it's like, remember that podcast? Yeah, it came true.
Well, think about this. Our hell is being tortured. His hell is having to live with us for eternity.
Oh, dude, that'd make a great screenplay.
Yeah.
Actually, I did read a really good... I read a script in high school. Like, I forgot what it's called. It's called No Exit or No Escape. And it's about, like, 3 people that are in hell. But it's, like, a room. And they all, like, hate each other. And that's their hell. Yeah.
Tell me what's so?
Yeah. I'm so excited for that movie coming out.
Yeah, it's got I didn't know that it had a... Oh, what's his name? Why am I forgetting his name? Probably because I just slept.
It's the new James Franco movie.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm talking about it has Walter White in it.
Oh, Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Heisenberg, dude.
Yeah.
It's got Heisenberg in it.
Say my name.
God, he will never live that. Do you think he'll ever be able to have another role that will like... Because, you know, he was in Malcolm in the Middle, and everyone's like, he won't be able to ever get another role because he was such an iconic, like, family TV dad. But then he completely took over Breaking Bad, and that went away completely. He played 2 separate characters, like 100%. Do you think he'll ever get another role that will separate him from Breaking Bad?
No, and just because, like, those roles were on the opposite side of the spectrum to where he showed the full range of his acting ability, and now he can still be great, but those are his iconic roles forever. I don't think he's going to have another iconic role just personally because, as I said about the whole Spectrum thing, I feel like that's his legacy, Breaking Bad and Hal. That's like...
It's a good legacy.
It is. It's wonderful because it shows like he's good with comedy. Then Breaking Bad is a dark comedy, but ultimately it kind of went into a lot more drama-heavy territory.
It started out kind of funny, but then the final season just like...
Yeah, the first episode is like just a really good dark-humored comedy.
I know, and I think that's why it was so successful, because it was new. And the concept of like a chemistry teacher that goes to become a drug dealer is like... Because in my opinion, like I think the most intense dramas for me are the ones where the main characters try not to get caught by someone or something. Which, like... That's why...
like a cat and mouse situation.
Yeah, like... Seeing them doing things, like seeing Walter White going and like cooking meth and killing people, and then seeing him go back to his family and his wife is suspicious, and you're just on the edge of your seat like, oh, what's going to be the one little slip? What's going to be, you know, how are they going to find out? That type of thing.
Because there's no safe room. When they're cooking, there's no safe room. Like, I always felt like when they're cooking, like, who's going to knock on the door? What's going to happen? Because shit went wrong all the time.
That's why I like that, because they brought so many things out of left field. Like, so every episode, God, especially the way they would do twist endings, every episode, you're just like, what is going to happen in this episode? If the episode is 90% done and nothing big has happened, you're like, all right, I'm in for a treat then, because something big is about to happen out of nowhere.
One of my favorite episodes from Breaking Bad is the Fly episode.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just in one location, and I enjoy stuff like that. In fact, there's a movie coming out which looks very interesting. It's called Free Fire, and it has Cillian Murphy.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about that.
It has just some other people. Armie Hammer. And you can go look it up on IMDb. He was in The Social Network as the twins.
Armie Hammer?
Yeah, his name's Armie Hammer.
That's really his name?
Yeah. He played the Winklevoss twins in The Social Network.
I'm sorry, it all clicked for me because a couple months ago, my buddy Jackson that I used to do some videos on Kids With Problems with, I hadn't talked to him in a long time, and I just like woke up to a text of 2 identical twins standing naked with erections, and it was just, these aren't the Winklevoss twins. And I was like, what the fuck does this mean? And now you just said the Winklevoss twins. I'm like, oh. It still doesn't make sense to me, but I know who they are.
But yet, Free Fire takes place in one warehouse location. It's about like a gun deal gone wrong, and the whole movie is one giant shootout, and it seems like a good dark comedy that I'm excited for. I'm excited, but I don't know. I get excited by shit like that. I don't want to see the next bump action movie. It's always the dun 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 dun
this
dun,
summer.
Oh, dun 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 dun.
They don't do trailer announcer voices anymore, do they?
No, because I wonder if that's out of respect because the guy died, or
oh, did he?
Yeah,
I
the
didn't know
guy
that
that did the
died.
main shit.
What's his name?
passed
Don
away, I
something,
think.
right?
Yeah, Don Cheadle.
I wish Don Cheadle did the voices for trailers.
I don't. It would be the most boring
no, it
movie
would suck.
trailers.
It would be awful.
Hey, these are the movie trailers.
I wish Danny DeVito did the voices for trailers.
I took another black man's place in Iron Man.
Ugh.
He wasn't happy about his pay, so I took his job.
Did he really?
Yeah, I forgot his what's his name? Terrence. I forget his name.
Terrence Tarantino.
But the guy who originally played the War Machine guy in Iron Man in the first one was replaced because he was like, I'm not getting paid enough or something like that.
Okay, well, it's Hollywood. We'll hire someone who will do the same thing for the same amount of money. But I like if you're excited for that movie. We should watch Reservoir Dogs because it's kind of the same thing. It's like,
well, it looks like this movie is kind of like in some way giving partly like a little tip of the hat to like Reservoir Dogs and a few other films.
Because basically Reservoir Dogs is like the whole movie takes place in one area after like I think a bank heist or a diamond heist goes wrong, and it's them all meeting back up after this like big bad thing happens. So then the whole movie, it's not a very long movie.
I love that idea. I need to see this movie now. No one's ever explained to me the plot of Reservoir Dogs. I always saw it and it always looked kind of like people in suits with guns. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically like,
even though it's Quentin Tarantino, I don't know. I was never
so good.
interested. Have you seen Jackie Brown? Because I haven't.
I have not.
Like I need to give some of his older stuff a try. I haven't seen Kill Bill.
What?
You
haven't seen Kill Bill?
I've only seen Inglourious Bastards, Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, part of no, just like the ending of Kill Bill Volume 2.
And the Benchwarmers.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino's The Benchwarmers with Rob Schneider
and John Heder.
John Heder.
I don't know how you say it.
And who else did they have?
Napoleon Dynamite.
Did they have David Spade?
Yeah,
was
David Spade. It was David
there?
Spade, John Heder, and Rob Schneider, right? I don't think fucking Adam Sandler was even in that, was he?
No.
Yeah, but basically,
who played was Nick Schwartzton the kind of mentally challenged brother who didn't like the sun in the Benchwarmers or something?
Yeah, it was, I think. We saw him backstage once, I think.
Yeah.
He was really drunk. And he walked in the room and he belched incredibly loudly and then walked out. And that's our interaction with Nick Schwartzton.
I wish I could enjoy being drunk.
I don't like drinking, to be honest.
No, I don't. Yeah.
Well, actually, I mean, I like being drunk. I don't like alcohol, though, and I don't like drinking.
Yeah. But there are other vices.
Yeah, but I watched Kill Bill a couple weeks ago with Chris at 5 in the morning. We need to watch that. Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2.
We need to watch.
You would love them.
We need to watch I Saw the Devil. You haven't seen that, and it's really good. I really enjoyed that film.
Yeah,
I saw it years ago. In fact, Daniel was the one that showed me that. Daniel was the one that introduced me to Old Boy and all these other Korean films.
Old Boy, not the American remake. We're talking about the.
Well, I hope no one
Korean
thinks we're talking about the fucking American remake. Do you see a rat, or are you looking at my shadow?
Sorry, it might have been your shadow. I thought I saw a rat in the corner of the room. Keem, get out of here! But Ryan and I, we're talking today about we want to do a little double feature with our buddy Ross. We want to get together and watch Old Boy and what is it? The Devil.
I Saw the Devil.
I Saw the Devil.
So good. Out of the two, I prefer I Saw the Devil.
Really?
I think I like it a little more.
Well, I loved Old Boy so much.
Old Boy's more exciting in my opinion, but there's something about the tone and just kind of how everything plays out in the cinematography within I Saw the Devil that I really liked.
Old Boy was the first. It was the first Korean movie I've ever seen, and when I saw it, I was like, "Holy shit!" Because I was kind of I don't know, I was kind of naive at the point where I hadn't seen a lot of foreign movies. Because the thing is, I haven't heard of a lot of foreign movies because they're never big in America.
Well, with Netflix, they're becoming more popular.
Yeah, which I love.
Online movie services in general, they're becoming more popular.
I love foreign movies. I love them so much.
The only way I could never watch a foreign movie with dubs. I have to watch it. You have to watch it with subtitles. It sounds like. I don't know, I see people just, that's pretentious. I've seen people say that, but I think that's kind of gone down because of just kind of the acceptance of foreign films and shit like that.
I think it's cool.
It's just, you hear, my reasoning is, you hear the actor's, original kind of betrayal. If he's, in the situation and wrestling with someone, you hear, there's that, it's kind of like when you do CG. You can't really replicate the realistic lighting to a T. And just with, a voice actor, he can sound like this, but you can't really. You don't get the real passion scene.
That's in the actor's voice.
Yeah,
that's in, here's I sound like a pretentious weeaboo when I say this. I can't watch anime if it's dubbed. Like,
Oh yeah,
it
no.
ruins it for me.
You can't do that. Like I watch like Miyazaki.
I cannot watch
you
Miyazaki.
have to watch it with fucking.
It's part of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like it's not in your language and you don't understand it, but that's part of what makes it like such a mystifying experience. Is like it's another language and it's another culture, but they made something really cool and you should appreciate it in the way it is, and that's why like.
And it doesn't sound as cheesy. I feel like it has more.
Dubs
of a,
always sound cheesy.
Yeah, I just like when they originally record it, like I can't tell if they're like delivering it wrong or like if they're a bad actor because I don't know like what their delivery's like. Because like an American movie, like because like I don't know, it could be the difference between how did you get in here? But if it's a foreign guy going like how am I supposed to know that that's a bad delivery? So like it's like, oh great, the acting's. I never have a problem with acting too much unless it's like, like if they just go over the fucking top.
Yeah, but Oldboy was like one of the first real foreign films I saw, and I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. I've never seen like movies from another country really, and this is like unbelievably awesome. I'd seen a lot of Japanese movies, but
Yeah.
Japanese movies aren't exactly the best. They're kind of cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just their style, I guess. Like I've seen a few really good ones. But,
Korean's my favorite out of the film.
and I've seen one
industry
Korean movie, and it was
in Asia.
Oldboy, and I fucking loved it. So I want
Yeah,
to see more
so
Korean movies.
Hopefully, I Saw the Devil will treat you right.
I want to start watching some Korean dramas because
They do thrillers really well.
yeah,
Like thrillers are just
like Oldboy. If you haven't seen it, you should go. It might be on Netflix.
yeah. There's no bullshit, and there's a weight, and there's just so much weight to what's going on because there are consequences to what the hero does.
Yeah,
There are fucking consequences. It's not just like, oh no, he cut my arm in a knife battle. It's just like these like emotional things happen, or these very intense physical things happen. You can almost think of it like the reason why I think the early Star Wars prequels were good is because like big things could happen, like whether it's like the hand being cut off or something. It's just like movies today, everyone feels so fucking invincible.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I just sorry, I was taken aback by that spoiler. I didn't know that.
You didn't.
No, I knew that. We should do. I wouldn't mind doing a review on like Oldboy or The Devil. Or
I saw the Devil.
Like once I see that, I really want to. I want to go into that movie blind. I don't want to watch any trailers. I want to sit down with you and I want to watch that movie and I want to take it in. What's it about?
It's a brutal movie.
No, don't tell me what it's about. I just said I want to go in blind.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's like from the get go. It's like okay, this movie. It's this movie.
Yeah, it's like.
And then I was invested all throughout the movie.
Is it fucked up like Oldboy?
Yeah,
Oldboy.
Because they don't get
really
they don't care. They want to tell the story they want to tell, and like to make these characters seem like this way and to make them feel realistic. There are not real world consequences, but as I said, there are actual consequences to some of these people's actions, and like you know that from Oldboy.
Yeah,
like the hero doesn't get away unscathed. I mean, this isn't a spoiler, but like it's just a difference between what I've seen in at least the Korean films that I've watched versus the recent American kind of movies that have been made. I'm sure there's a lot of Korean films that fall, in the same platform, but I'm just saying like these movies get it right. And it's like of all the thrillers I've seen, I would hold Oldboy and I Saw the Devil in like a top 5 of like all thrillers that I've seen.
Yeah, but how about that Kangaroo Jack movie? Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah, that was fucked up. That fight sequence was that movie I thought was supposed to be. We've gone over this. We've said this before.
About Kangaroo Jack?
Yeah, I thought we've talked about Kangaroo Jack.
Have we talked about
before.
Kangaroo Jack?
I thought because like I remember like I'm getting deja vu of myself referencing this fact, but like or this opinion that I've had before. But I'll just say it anyways. Just like it's supposed to be a kids movie, but like they fondle boobies and like just the tone of the movie feels like it should be like I don't know.
Oh yeah, there was that
weird
scene where he's like finger banging those two chicks. What if just like a director's cut of Kangaroo Jack, same movie, but then there's just a hardcore sex scene, like full frontal
of Jack fingering some babes,
and then there's like straight up like full penetration. Wait, what movies like could you take and then make a director's cut of that would just fucking like turn the world on its head?
Like it would make the movie better. Like
no, would just take like Kangaroo Jack with like a full penetration. Sex scene.
Okay. It could be there's like the director's cut of like Finding Nemo in the opening scene when like the mother gets killed, like when she gets like slapped around and shit. You just add like boing bong boing 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 boing. It's like this is a kids movie. I wanted to put kids sound effects in it.
Kids like funny loud things. Kids like yelling. They like funny goofy sounds. I'm just imagine like it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. It was just like a 5-minute scene in the middle where he just goes back to his house and just like sits on his bed and just masturbates, and then it just continues.
Like it's a very like artistic wide shot.
Yeah, but there's no music. It just sits down. And when he comes in a tissue, he's like, "Oh, good grief!" And then just the rest of the show continues.
And wouldn't that be child porn?
What?
Wouldn't that be child porn? Wait, okay, I have this question. This is gonna sound odd. It's gonna sound fucked up. If you were 17 and you recorded like a masturbation video of yourself, then you turn 18 and you have it on your laptop, do you own child porn and can you be arrested for that?
Oh shit! I've never thought of that.
Or like if you went back in time as an 18-year-old and fucked your 17-year-old self, would that be illegal?
That is quite a thought, Ryan.
I mean, what do you think? Like,
yeah.
Is it like, would you be arrested? Would you be arrested for having your own child porn, having your own set? Like,
you asked me this once, just in the car. Is this like?
I thought it was just some weird like quandary.
Do you have child porn of yourself, Ryan?
No.
Anyway, I don't know. What I actually would love to legitimately ask a lawyer that question.
They think like we're just fucking around, but I'm curious.
Listen, if I take a picture of my schlong when I'm 16, and then
it's still on your computer.
Yeah, and I
18.
turn 18. Am I legally possessing? Yes, legally I am possessing child porn, but it's myself. Let's hop on a Segway, Ryan. That's a good time to get on a Segway.
Here we go.
Any new video game news?
Not really. I mean, not really new news. I mean, I'm excited for Mario Run.
I'm excited for that too.
It actually looks kind of just fun.
I know it's gonna be one of those games I'm gonna play for like a week,
like a week or
two. Stop playing.
Yeah. Or just like you pick it up every now and then, like at an airport or something.
Like with Flappy Bird.
Yeah, when you're waiting in line. You can still download Flappy Bird. If you purchase Flappy Bird on, haha, joke. It was unintentional. But anyways, if you're on iOS, you go to the App Store and then you go to like purchase, and it shows all your past purchases. You can re-download Flappy Bird if you've downloaded it before.
Damn it! I got it when I had an Android. So that dude apparently, the guy that made it's like a Vietnamese dude. Allegedly, in like less than a week, he made over $1 million off that game from ad revenue.
It's too much for my.
Yeah, that's why he took the game down. What a monumentous moment in gaming history. This dude just like takes Mario
Creator
graphics.
of Flappy Bird.
Yeah, what's his name? Something Nguyen. I think
they had to change the original look of the game because it was too similar to Mario, didn't they? They had to change like the look of the pipes and shit eventually.
Did they? I didn't.
Because the look of the pipes changed. I thought.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Maybe they didn't. I don't know.
Like, I love the dude. Like, he's like, I can't do it anymore, guys. I got to remove my game. Because I just don't think he expected it to get big. I think he was just doing it for fun. Maybe like a few hundred downloads. And then I could say Flappy Bird is probably the most famous mobile game of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone knows what it is. Everyone's played it. Everyone's become like furious at it. I miss it. I wish I could download it still.
Because there's that, and then you could argue like Fruit Ninja.
Oh, Fruit Ninja.
No, Bejeweled, or was it Bejeweled? Is that the big one? No. There was another one. There's something like Bejeweled. Candy Crush.
Candy Crush. Yeah.
That's it. Weren't they the assholes that like anything with like candy in the title they would take down or something?
It's King. That's the company. They're kind of assholes because they wanted to trademark the word candy.
What games do I have on my iPhone still? I have Pokemon Go. I have Crossy Road. Okay,
that's a fun one.
Yeah, I have Spikes, which is a fun little just time waster.
Me that a long time
Circle
ago.
is a fun time waster. I have Zombieville 2. Alone is a good one. Well, it's just I don't know. These are all just I never have like detailed games. They're always like games that like I could play around in like a minute or two.
Oh wow, I have no games on my phone. I just realized my main apps is
Someone's hair was just in my mouth.
Someone's hair?
It's long hair. It's either Aaron or Susie's.
Let me see. I'll examine it.
You can tell it still has some of my spit on it.
It's got that looks like that's gonna be hold on.
Aaron?
I gotta extend it. I think that's Aaron's hair. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Aaron's hair was in my mouth. No?
Aaron
is that my hair's not that long, is it?
No. Aaron wasn't recording today. This is Ross. This must be Is Ross's hair this long? Hold on. If I hold it up to my head.
His hair's not that long.
No, that's not Ross's
hair.
hair.
That's Aaron's hair.
Yeah, I'd say I don't know, that's really thin hair. Aaron has thin. That's Aaron's hair. All right, Aaron's hair. Mystery solved, everybody. Aaron's hair. Yeah, but I don't download games on my phone, not because I'm like, oh, I don't have time for games. I love mobile games. I literally am just at that point where I have like no space on my phone whatsoever, so I was like forced to delete all the games I had.
You can't even download the new update.
Yeah, it just said like, sorry, can't. So last night I went and deleted a shit ton of pictures, but my phone is really glitched up right now.
I'm actually a fan of the new messaging. Like, I think they do more things right than wrong within the new messaging app.
With
I just
iOS
think,
10?
Yeah, I think the heart touching shit is stupid, and they shouldn't have added that. But the other stuff, like look at this, the camera you can use within the app now.
Oh, that is cool.
Like to respond to people, like okay or something. Like you don't have to type okay, you can just hold down on their message and give the message a thumbs up or something. Or like instead of typing haha back to someone, you can literally just type a little, like give them a little haha.
Yeah, but if you haven't upgraded to iOS 10, like last night I was laying in bed. It was like
I was
4
just
a.m.,
fucking with you.
and you started like responding to my messages with that, but I hadn't texted you in like 10 hours. These were all messages I sent like earlier in the day when we were at work. And then like I just get these messages where it's like laughed at, and then it like quotes my text, and then it's like questioned by, and then quotes my text, and I was like, wait, what are you doing? And then like he showed me on his phone what it really does. Fuck.
I actually like the new. My favorite part about it is that you can draw shit. And
Yeah,
like, it's not a square image. It like look. Well, it is technically like it is an image, but like it's. I don't know. It just looks like it's a PNG. It looks like a transparent handwriting type of thing. I like I don't know. I like drawing and shit.
Yeah, we should when I upgrade, we'll have to send some witty little messages. But it's funny because like I don't know. I texted you earlier, and then you just sent me back. You drew like a shitty frowny face.
Yeah,
it made me bust out laughing. I don't know why. I just laughed so hard at that.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was laying in bed. You were outside. And I was like, ah! Oh, the funny smiley face.
Wait, okay, you got this new fucking device for Banana, which is like straight out of 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah,
like when it's turning, it's like da da da.
Yeah, so it was expensive. Like people call me crazy for this. I paid $400 for a litter box.
Why $400? Okay, Okay, first of all, I'm not a cat owner. I have a dog. So my Lego doesn't poop inside.
Right.
Or doesn't do the stuff that Banana's been doing. What has Banana been doing recently?
So here's the thing. Banana never had an accident. Like, from the moment I got him as a little kitten, he immediately would know where the litter box is. Even if I moved it to another room, he would never have an accident. He'd go find it and use it. Always. So I one day, I got sick of the scent of a litter box and cleaning it up. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try this thing I saw online where you can buy like a toilet seat for cats where you gradually like make the hole in the middle bigger until they learn to just use the toilet. And it was working. He was using the toilet. He was shitting and pissing in the toilet. I have videos and pictures. You can find them on probably my Instagram or my Twitter way back or something. And it was cool. Like, you gotta admit, you were like, holy shit. One day, Banana was just, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to shit next to the toilet. But I'm still going to piss in the toilet. I'm just going to shit next to the toilet.
And he'll hide it, like dragging your T-shirts over and covering up his poop with your T-shirts.
Yeah,
towels.
He'd walk into my room, like find a T-shirt I had taken off on the floor, drag it over, and just like lay it on top of his feces.
Because they like burying their shit.
Yeah, and he's like, you won't find it here. And I found it every time. So Susie and Aaron were actually the ones that introduced me to this because they have one for their cats. It's a litter box called the Litter Robot. And basically it's like a big bubble that they get in, they do their business, and then when they get out, there's like a little pressure plate that senses when they're not in anymore, and the whole thing rotates, and it sifts all the litter out, and then a little hatch opens, and all of the, like waste from the cat gets dropped into a little compartment with a little bag, and then the door shuts, and it rotates back and fills back up with litter, and then I never have to deal with it or smell it. Like once a week, a little light will come on, I open the tray, throw out the bag, and that's it. And it's literally, I do not have a lot of money, Ryan. Neither of us have a lot of money. But I think spending $400 on that litter box was 100% worth it. Because in the long run, it saves me a lot of time. It saves my room from smelling like shit. And it saves me a lot of money on litter. So I'm not being paid to say this, but it is an amazing product. So you should get one if you hate litter boxes.
Oh my.
Oh my. George Takei. Fucking George Takei is the social media man.
What a social media man, that George Takei.
George Takei, the social media man.
The social media man himself is here tonight.
Oh my.
George Takei. Meme my.
You wanna play us out?
Yeah. Before we go, also if you're all caught up with the Super Mega Cast and you're like, I wish I could hear more of them. We were actually a part of another podcast when we were back on Syndigo. There are a lot of episodes. Go to iTunes and you can check out. It's called the Syndago Podcast, or the Syndigo Podcast. I believe we officially changed the name to. There's over 10 episodes. I believe there's like 14 episodes or something.
Yeah.
that which you can go and listen to. Matt, you start about
Episode 10?
Episode 10.
Episode 9 or 10?
So if you want to go back and listen to us, it was a podcast that my friend Daniel and I started, and this week is a big week because it's coming up on the year of his passing, and I just wanted to say I'm really happy where I am with like everything, how it's going. But I miss you, Daniel, and I'd just like to say thank you for everything. Thank you for helping in the most extraordinary ways of shaping me as a person and helping me get to where I am, and I do what I love, and that is an extraordinary thing for someone to do. I get to make content for fun, and I get to make YouTube videos for fun. I don't know. Great. He's awesome. I don't know.
Yeah. I agree with you, because if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be out here, and I wouldn't have met you. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I am ultimately thankful 100% for everything you did for me and for you.
And if you want to check out some of Daniel's stuff, because he was a fucking incredible musician. He has a SoundCloud. I'll put the link in the description below. Go check his stuff out. My favorite song is "What If I'm Right." By far my favorite song by him. I miss you, man. And also, thank you everybody for tuning into the podcast and supporting us. It's been a long journey. There have been ups and downs, but I'm glad to still be here entertaining, and I'm glad you and I are still pushing through it.
Absolutely, man. The last year has been a hell of a ride, but it's been looking up. So
yeah,
thank you everyone for all the support you've given us through everything.
Yep.
It does not go unnoticed.
So thank you everyone. Love you, Daniel. Miss you, and we will catch you next week.
Goes back to his house and. Hey guys, welcome to our podcast. It is this is the 19th?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Oh
We
my
got
God.
it wrong last time.
Yeah, last
we're
time
nothing-
we said 17, but it was 18. So.
Yeah, because we're nothing but fucking idiots.
Yeah, well guys, we apologize for that, but this is the 19th episode of Super Mega Cast. Can't believe we've recorded that many episodes.
Celebrate when we get to 20.
Okay, yeah. I'm preemptively celebrating. But I am Matt Watson, and
This is Ryan McGee.
there you go.
This
This right there.
thing right here is
Beautiful husk of a man.
yeah, it's like a husk of corn.
Wouldn't mind popping some of that corn. Speaking of popcorn,
Mm-hmm.
we saw a movie this week. And what movie was that, Ryan?
Unfortunately, it was Blair Witch, and this is the third installment in the quote-unquote franchise.
Was it
just Blair Witch? Yeah,
That's it?
because the first one was called the Blair Witch Project. The other one was like the Blair Witch Shadow, the Book of Shadows.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, the first Blair Witch movie was like one of my first scary movies I ever saw. I watched it with my friend Josh in like 4th grade when I slept over at his house.
Yeah.
And it was terrifying, but really good. And I don't know. I've always like held it at this really high standard. And then seeing this one, I went into this one like hoping it wouldn't be bad, but it was awful. And it was
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like the direction they went with the witch, quote unquote. I don't know, the first one. I've seen clips and stuff on YouTube. I'm not gonna act like I know how the first one played out, but safe to say, spoilers exist, and I have acquired information. So the first one seemed more just kind of like you hear snaps every now and then in the woods. You hear like a little scream every now and then. But in this one, it's more like a Tyrannosaurus Rex has entered the vicinity of the woods of the Blair Witch.
Yeah, it sounds like Godzilla. That's what you leaned over during the movie, and you were like, "Why is the Blair Witch Godzilla?"
Because it was moving, like it sounded like trees were moving in
hear,
mass
like, trees
quantities.
cracking, and then like,
Then it was just like,
yeah, like that. And it was like, okay, are they being chased by a dinosaur or a witch?
Yeah, this one, the director is, his name is, what the fuck is it? It's Adam Wingard. He did, You're Next and The Guest, which I've liked both of those. And he did, I think, a short in the other found footage movie, VHS, which I like some of the little short films in that. But, he's a competent director, that's the thing. And I don't understand then why he relied on false jump scares so much.
Yeah, that movie had some bad. Okay, so I'd say probably 80 to 90% of the jump scares in that movie were just like their friends. They'd be like,
no,
what?
not a single one was related to anything but a false jump scare. Because the other ones weren't like little zingers. The other quote unquote other jump scares were like you see something and it sends like it sends fear through you, like, oh, that's
I don't think there was a single jump scare that wasn't like they'd be like looking for their friend in the woods, and when their friend would pop up and be like, "Hey, I'm right here," but every time they did that, it would sound like someone was smacking the side of the camera with a hammer.
I know,
just
like
it was
that.
terrifying.
And I counted one time. One time, 2 of those false jump scares happened within like a 60-second period.
God, it was so annoying. Like after the second one, I was already annoyed. I was like, okay, those are gimmicky. And then they did it like 6 or 7 times throughout the movie.
But you
and
kind of
like,
know
Jesus
when to
Christ.
expect them almost.
Yeah,
because it's like when they're looking for someone and they're not responding. Odds
and
are
it's quiet.
Yeah, odds are they're going to appear by just going like that, like through the camera's vision point of view.
Yeah, because this movie was like shot with like everyone had like a little, those little like Bluetooth things people used to wear on their
Were those
ears?
cameras on their heads, or were those little like headsets for them to talk to each other?
No, those were cameras, the little ear ones. That's how everyone had their own point of view.
They also had the drone
and the DSLRs, which throughout the movie, all the cameras would have like cool little glitch effects, but they weren't cool at all because cameras don't do that stuff. And it was
they do.
nauseating.
They glitch up, but that's like in post. Like you'll get like the blue screen or something like that.
Yeah, no, but the cameras that were
screen.
glitching weren't even like they had the DSLR glitching.
No, they don't glitch like that. It's like when you're watching a movie about hacking, and it's just kind of like throw down the Delta 9er hack bomb number 3, and then they like click a button and this like animated gif of like a little rocket goes and hits an animated gif of a computer.
I've never understood that about Hollywood. If they just can't get hacking right.
You've discussed this a lot. This is like a big. I feel like a lot of like this is of all your film criticism. This is something that you're very passionate about.
It's so funny. Why can't they do it? Why can't they get technology right?
It's funny.
Cell phones, computers.
Yeah, it's funny how Borat does it way better than the other ones, because you know how they have those fake titles, like like that type of shit.
It's astounding. But anyway, Blair Witch sucked. Don't go see it unless you want to see a shitty movie that you want to spend too much money on.
I will say, I thought the last 10 minutes were pretty somewhat. It was a fun little haunted house section of the movie.
Yeah, but
I thought it was tense. It was definitely tense. It had that moment in there with the claustrophobic moment that
No, it wasn't tense, Ryan, because they were in a house.
Haha.
Yeah, but it was. I'm not. Okay, I take it back. I'm not going to say don't see it because I don't want to ever say that.
When it comes out on Netflix, because it ultimately will.
Yeah, then
it
you
has
see
to.
It. Well, I'm not. You shouldn't see it, but if you want to see it, go see it. We saw it with Susie and Chris and Corey, or you might know him as Spaz Kid, and is that all? Yeah.
Yeah, we were all kind of disappointed.
Yeah, a little disappointed.
Because I like a good horror movie.
I do too. I'm not really that big a fan of horror movies. I don't know.
When they're done right, they're good.
Yeah, definitely.
Like think of like The Shining. I don't know. Someone always said like the best horror is a thriller in disguise. I can't remember who said that, but I think that's a good explanation, because like every time I think of like a good horror, they always have this other element within it, like the monster or the ghost or something is usually it usually means something else, so there's at least another layer to the story that adds suspense rather than loud noises or scary images.
Yeah, and what happened after the movie, Ryan? When we were all walking out of the movie theater. The dude in the bathroom.
Was that time?
Wasn't it?
Not the dude looking out at us.
Yeah.
That wasn't the time with the Blair Witch, because we saw the Blair Witch in one of the front theaters. We saw another movie with Chris in the back theaters, and it was down that hallway where the bathroom was.
Let's tell that story.
What movie was that?
What was the last movie we saw with Chris?
God, it wasn't Sausage Party. That wasn't. It was after Sausage Party.
It was with Ross. It was Kubo.
Oh yeah, Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yeah. So we saw Kubo and the Two Strings with Ross and Chris,
which I think we've discussed before. But
yeah, but
while we were coming out of the movie theater,
we were like the last people in there.
Yeah, there's this. He was shirtless, right? I remember. Yeah, he was shirtless and he was poking his head out of the bathroom and he just stared at us. And he continued. And this is a long hallway, so it's like 20 seconds go by. He's still staring at us. We finally pass him. I and Chris turn back, and he's still staring at us shirtless. I have a theory.
What was he doing in there?
Tell me what you think. This is what I think. I don't know if you have any hypotheses about this, but mine is that he was fornicating in the restroom and was waiting for the coast to clear, so that like she could leave or that they could get dressed.
But
why
didn't he put his shirt back on before checking that? Yeah, but that was quite an interesting trip to the movies when there was just that naked man peeking out of the bathroom at us.
Yeah, all those memories.
But anyway, guys.
But overall, so just to kind of, would you recommend someone go see Blair Witch?
No.
Yep, same here.
Not at all.
I wouldn't recommend it. Although I do have to give the movie credit. I thought the last 10 to 15 minutes it's what the rest of the movie should have been. Kind of. Never mind. I'm gonna go on a rant because there's certain aspects about that last scene that never mind. Fuck it. Never mind. Let's not. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't recommend it. You don't recommend it. Boom. Done. End discussion.
Yeah. But there's some other stuff we want to talk about. There's
Unfortunately,
as I'm sure if some of you guys have seen, there's that whole new YouTube Heroes.
YouTube has
program.
wiped its slate clean of shit by just piling on more shit.
Exactly. It's like, you know what to get rid of this shit? We drop our slacks and pinch another big one right on top.
That's a big mess. They won't have enough time to think of the poop that's underneath this big pile right here.
Exactly. I woke up this morning and I saw Ross was like talking about it. Came into the office.
I saw Dolan's tweet about it.
It's so stupid. What so basically, if you guys don't know what it is,
they're gamifying YouTube.
Yeah, they're making it so it's like a level system where you can level up and earn points by doing different things in the YouTube community.
Yeah.
And from afar, that's like, oh, yeah, sure, that's a cool idea. You know, I'm not interested in that, but sure, if people want to do that, go ahead. That seems like a cool idea. And they start this video off. It's like this happy, cheerful little video. And it's like, oh, nice. It's going to be a cool little program. And then, you know, the video progresses and it's like, earn points for things like captioning videos, and it's like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I thought that's a awesome little thing with the whole captioning thing. I fully support that because that'll want people to get points, and it'll force them to just to go to videos and just put in subtitles, whatever. And I think it'll make it for a better environment for people that are hearing impaired, definitely.
Yeah,
because there's an incentive there, but. They produce more poisonous incentives, Matt. You wanna touch a little on that?
So it continues, and it's like when you move up to the next tier, it's like, oh, what can I do here? I bet it's cool. It's like now you can flag all sorts of videos, and it's like, what?
You want me to read this little thing that YouTube released?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so YouTube Heroes is a program designed to recognize and reward the global community of volunteer contributors, meaning the users of the site. These aren't people that have a background or are tested to see if they're trustworthy or anything like that. So that's the first thing. The volunteers help create the best possible YouTube experience for everyone by, and when they mean everyone, they mean a certain group. You can gain points in whatever YouTube experience by flagging inappropriate videos, adding captions and subtitles, as you said, and then sharing your knowledge with users. But a big reward that is concerning is the mass flagging function.
Yeah, once you reach like a certain tier, you're allowed to mass flag videos. And it's like, what? How is that a tier reward?
I don't know.
Basically,
you only need to, I think it's like the 100 to 399 point range. So if someone gets 100 points, they got it.
Yeah, and it's like, what benefit would you get out of mass flagging videos unless YouTube doesn't let's say YouTube hates, now I don't like him either, but let's just use Leafy as an example. YouTube doesn't like Leafy. They give people this feature, and then people can go and just mass flag like every one of his videos, and then...
Well, even going on the opposition of that, Leafy could make a video about someone else, and
his tell fans, everyone to like go flag their video.
Not even tell them, because he does, like, they put the disclaimer, don't go flag and blah blah blah. Don't go. Means. Yeah, but he could just make a video about someone. Like iDubbbz, when he made this recent video about Leafy, if this system was in place, I bet that a lot of people would have flagged Leafy's video.
Like a big... See, here's the thing. Basically, then you can also like flag comments, and apparently like if you're high up, you can like remove comments. I don't know how confirmed that is, but it's like...
So yeah, I haven't heard that. So.
They're giving these moderating... Well, in the little animation video, it showed people like flagging and tagging comments and stuff.
Okay, so yeah, I guess ultimately removing them. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like they're giving this power... like
to children.
This awful like mob mentality power to remove things that people don't like. Yeah, to basically the group of... Because, let's be honest, there's a massive majority of the YouTube audience that are very immature kids. And
mature adults aren't going to spend their time doing this.
Only kids are going to do this program. So they're putting it in the hands of these awful kids.
Except for the awesome, wonderful people who are adding subtitles and stuff.
Oh yeah. You guys adding subtitles to our videos.
Although I'm sure there are a lot of young kids that will abuse that and just subtitle.
Poopy.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have to be approved subtitles, though.
Undertale is awesome. Well, it depends on the channel. Some channels, like ours, we don't have to approve subtitles. Anyone can add them. Don't abuse that function. But anyway,
Like, could abuse it.
yeah, like I just don't get why they think this is a good idea. And dude, if I get enough points, I can go to the YouTube Heroes Summit.
Do you get a badge and everything?
Probably.
Not even the big YouTubers are invited to this. I bet you they are. I bet you it's like meet your favorite YouTubers.
Yeah, they're gonna probably invite some big YouTubers and try to get them there. It's just saying like, hey, this whole system we have in place for like moderating videos and like flagging content and stuff. We're gonna go ahead and just pass it all over to the kids that watch YouTube, and they're gonna run it from now on. Or if not run it, they're gonna be the main people in charge of it. So it's just scary because there's these people that have like, let's say like a YouTuber that has 15 million subscribers doesn't like someone, and then their fan base goes out and flags videos, but like so many people start doing it, like it could ruin a lot of people on YouTube. And then on top of that, I don't even get why this is being implemented in the first place, because there was just this whole, not even a month ago, this whole controversy with the YouTube terms of service about the censorship stuff. Yeah. So it's like, this is just I feel like it's another foot in the water of them being able to take down content they don't like, but they're implementing it in a way that's like, no, well, the community did it. We didn't take it down. The community took it down.
Yeah.
They voted that it was not good for YouTube, so they took it down.
And my fear necessarily isn't that this will be abused to just an ungodly extent.
I'm sure it will, though.
Maybe. But my problem is that it gives people the whole get out of jail free card. Oh, I didn't mean to flag that video. I thought the content was bad. When they could have very well had malicious intent.
Why would anyone need to mass flag videos? Because the only way I could see that ever being like an okay thing would be, let's say a business has a copyrighted something like a video, and then a lot of people are uploading that, and they own it, so they take it down. It's going to be hard for some intern to go and like flag every video. So let's just say they see 20 videos that are theirs that have been uploaded. They can just mass flag all those in one swoop. But it's like, why does anyone else need that? Because here's the thing. Business owners and people in the government are not allowed to join the YouTube perks,
quote
like the
unquote.
YouTube Heroes
That's
service.
just there to save their ass.
Yeah. But
they know businesses are going to use it.
Yeah, exactly.
I just hate how friendly they're trying to be about it. I hate how just conniving and just arrogant they think or arrogant they are acting, but how innocent they act like they're trying to be with this stupid video they release where it's all smiles and a happy jingle.
It's like little Walmart commercial music.
Yeah, and it's like it goes mass flagging videos. Doop 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 doop.
Yeah, it's like happy music, and they like throw it in with like subtitling videos, mass flagging videos. It's like, what are they thinking? Do they think that anyone's going to be like, yes? And then the best part of all, they disabled comments on the video.
Yep.
It's like, no, we don't want to hear your criticism or feedback on this one. We're just going to.
Yeah. I watched Chris Ray-Gun. He did a video, and he's like, are they incentivizing people to go out and flag videos? Because I think that's a form of bullying. I think we should go. I'm not saying you should, but I'm just saying, maybe, this video needs to get flagged for bullying. So, like, I think there's a large group of people actually flagging that YouTube video for, like, inciting bullying.
Dude.
Technically, it's because it's rewarding people for flagging videos.
It's literally...
People don't need a reason to flag videos. They can just fucking flag them because they want points.
It's reminiscent of, like, a 1984 type thing where it's like, hey... The government will give you points for ratting on people. It's a
disgusting psychological, like...
You'll get rewarded for reporting these people.
Exactly. It's so...
You're part of the community, but if you report it, we'll give you points. Yeah, but anyway, like, that's just our opinion on the whole situation. We think it's stupid, and we think YouTube is repeatedly shooting itself in the foot and becoming a platform that more and more people are going to start driving away from. And it's going to cost them a lot of money. And it's going to make them become a very hated website, which it already is becoming. And it's just delegitimizing itself for content creators and making it harder for everyone. And just, overall taking a big poo-poo in its hand and throwing it on everyone.
Or maybe we won't see a big backlash from all this. Maybe it won't actually mean anything and get in the way of creation. And then when something that they don't agree with comes along, they can just silently sweep it under the rug and then point at all like, oh, they flagged it.
Yeah,
they deemed it as
flagged it.
So, yep, that's all I have to say about that.
That's all I have to say about that.
I am not a smart man, but I know what love is.
Sounds like Kermit the Frog, mixed with like some
That was my
other...
Tobuscus impression.
Ryan, climb on my Segway with me.
Okay, where are we going? Where the fuck are we going with this fun little
I have something coming up. Communion. Let's talk about
bi-wheel-
communion.
communion?
Let's talk about communion.
Okay.
Yeah. we were talking about this on the Uber to the office. Just like.
Oh, because I was talking about how like I can only really have red wine if I have like some bread, like good baker's bread to dip it in, to dip the bread in the red wine. Because it's like it tastes good.
No,
I'm not
disagreeing with you. I just think it sounds funny.
Just imagine me just with like a gauntlet filled with red wine.
Chalice of red
yeah,
wine.
like a chalice of red wine, like a big loaf of bread. Just
like I'm just gonna walk in the living room one night and you're gonna be sitting out there watching
with candles.
Or just a little, just a big golden chalice. Wait, hold on. Pause for a second. What's the difference between a chalice, a goblet, and a gauntlet? No. A gauntlet's a glove.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Gauntlet's a glove.
So you're gonna fill a glove with wine and like dip some bread in there.
There's some. They have soda drink hats. They gotta have like something with a glove.
Wine gloves.
Yeah, wine gloves.
Yo, what the? How would that even?
Kickstarter. Go.
At my church growing up.
You had wafers, didn't you?
Yeah, we had these little like styrofoam-esque wafers that
they were styrofoam.
Pretty much, but
it's pretty much they took a styrofoam cup, ripped it into pieces, and gave it to you and said it. They were just little wafers.
That's bread. It's like they flattened styrofoam. But my mom told me it's actually like a type of bread from the Middle East or something. I really always enjoyed it though, and I'm sure a lot of people listening can relate. Those little like circular discs for communion.
I've had them before, but it was when I was at a Catholic church.
Oh, they're so good. I don't know why. Oh, I wasn't Catholic. I was Anglican, I think.
Why did they have those at a Catholic church? Usually they'd have the real shit.
Well, Catholic church communion is like big shit.
Well, yeah, because you're devouring Christ.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure Catholics believe that that's the actual blood and body of Christ, and not just like a symbolic, representation of his blood and body. Because I mean, Jesus
Pray
Christ.
he don't have AIDS.
They're eating him every week, dude. He's not gonna have much body and blood left.
That's not good.
No. But how do you do communion in your church?
We would. There was a big loaf of bread, and then of course like this little chalice, I guess you would say, of a big thing. They'd get the bigger, I guess the better members of the church, and they dip their bread in that. And then in other portions, they would have these little cups that you would just sip out of. You would sip grape juice out of it.
Yeah. Now here's the thing.
And then you'd eat the bread along with it. It was like back and forth. Either you dipped it in the chalice or you drank from a little like medicine cup.
Yeah, and see, my church, it was just a big massive chalice filled with wine.
My skin is crawling. This sounds so weird. It's like we're in a cult.
Yeah,
it sounds so culty.
At my church, it was like a big chalice, and then people would just one by one come sip out of it, and I'm just shocked. Like, how does that not spread sickness? Is it because it's alcohol, and alcohol is like a natural antiseptic?
I promise you that's not the reason people know. I'm pretty
How
sure
do people not get sick from...
I'm pretty sure people got sick. If people were sick, I don't think they'd come to church.
Yeah, but like everyone was always at church, and you would think that like if one person was sick, everyone would get it, and then or something like that. Like that never seemed to happen because you would think that like there would always be massive amounts of people that were missing from church. Like
he had that fucking Jesus rag to wipe the lip juice off of the rim of the cup.
I just remember like seeing people in front of me just like pursing their lips and just like. Because it's impossible to take a sip of something without a little bit of backwash.
Why don't you just dip the bread in there then?
That's what I did every time. I never took a sip out of it, but even I'm dipping my bread in spit wine. It's wine that a million old people have. Like, I guarantee someone in that congregation ate some ass the night before. At least one person in that congregation ate ass the night before. Statistically speaking, it was a big church. Someone got freaky, ate some ass, and didn't brush their teeth that morning. They go, they take a sip, and I got some ass in my Jesus juice.
When I think of communion, I think of one of those pictures like, what's missing? And it's like there should be an empty spot in the middle of like everyone with like the fucking chalice of red wine and like the bread and all of them like in a circle. And then in the middle, you like click on it and it's a beheaded goat. Like it feels like a beheaded goat should be at the front of the
Everyone
chapel.
comes up and takes a little like sip of the blood from its head. Just
yeah. No, they break off the horn and fill it with the red wine.
They like hollow out the skull and everyone takes a sip from its mouth. Yeah, that was communion for me.
That's what
it was
communion
actually
is.
my favorite part of church growing
Of course
up.
it is.
'Cause
Of
it's like,
course it is.
I get to get up. I don't have to sit anymore. I get to get up and I get to drink a little booze.
You don't need to sing nonsense songs.
I don't have to sing songs at all.
You don't need. Basically, every song was singing the Pledge of Allegiance.
Just with God
Yeah,
replaced.
yeah. I like hymnals though. I like that word, a hymn.
Hymnal? We didn't sing
hymnal.
hymnals. We sang at my church like contemporary rock music. We had
Because you had those early services, right?
no,
I'm pretty
it was like my church started like 10:45.
Did you have wooden chairs or were they like
Nope.
little metal seats?
No, it was just regular chairs with like very soft padding.
Yeah, so
like
you're
this.
very modern.
Yeah, it was a modern church.
We had two options. It was either you go to early service or late service. Early service was like with the electric guitar and they had a projector, and then late service was like the boring, just kind of
Why did-
fa sol la ti do.
Why'd they do that? Because old people wake up before young
Well, I
people.
think they also had the quote unquote late service at the same time as the early service. So they had
okay.
two they had two boring services and then one service that was slightly less boring with electric guitars.
Yeah, my church had like a little church next to it that was part of the church that was like wooden seats or pews, I guess, and then like an
Pew.
organ
Pew pew.
and PewDiePie would.
Aha.
Yeah, it was that was my church experience.
What a fun church. Our church bought like this house across the street and we called it The Rock.
That's actually where Dwayne Johnson lived.
Yeah, because we were like The Rock. We were something youth ministries. It was like I don't know.
Wait a
Rock Solid Youth Ministries is what we were. But I'm sure a bunch of other people have that name.
Wait, Ryan, you were
Yeah.
telling me about this in the Uber. What?
Mhm.
Tell me about the dude that worked at your church.
Can I give him a?
Give him a name. Let's name him
okay.
Arnold. Arnold's a good name.
Arnold. So this pudgy man, probably he looked like he was 40, 50. He had like a mustache and, kind of grandpa glasses, except I don't know how to explain it. His name was Arnold, and he had kind of like boil type looking things on his face. I don't know how else. I'm just describing this man to
Wait,
you.
when you say boil, you mean like big red shiny like
Not big red shine. It was just kind of like skin colored, but lumps on his skin.
like
And
leprosy.
like when he
Probably
talked,
had leprosy.
when he talked, his like chin jiggled.
He had jowls.
Yeah. And so he worked in the youth group, and he would like help facilitate the goings on of the youth group and go on trips with the youth group. All the kids that are it's like in between I think middle school and high school. Like
Yeah.
because once you get out of high school, you go to the college classes or whatever. And then one day he didn't show up.
What?
Yeah, one day he
Arnold!
didn't show up. Arnold, poor old Arnold didn't show up.
Why didn't he show up, dude?
He didn't show up because he got caught with child porn on his personal computer. Or
Arnold.
maybe I'm giving him too much credit. Maybe they were VHS tapes. I don't know how
Maybe he had him in a little shoebox in his closet.
Yeah,
like little Polaroids.
I don't know how he garnered these or what device they were on, but he had child porn. And it's weird. The adults came and they got the youth group together. It's like, okay, we need to talk about something serious. Arnold? Remember Arnold? Yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, Arnold,
I know. Like, Arnold, I love Arnold. 'Cause he's
Love
just a
him.
big, lovable guy. And then he's like, yeah, he got caught with, he had child pornography on his computer.
I love
But
that he told you.
And everyone in the youth group,
Just
everyone in
silent.
the youth group was silent. But it wasn't that like, what a monster. Like, oh my God, it was like, poor guy.
Oh,
I remember
Arnold.
everyone in the youth group was like, is he going to be okay? Wait, he's going to jail?
Like he said something horrible happened to him.
Yeah, and it's like, can we write him a card? And I remember a group of us like got together and like started signing it like a card and like writing messages like, "We love you, Arnold. We miss you. Oh, hope you return soon." Like stuff like that. And I
Right,
I don't know if the card went out, but could you imagine?
I feel like the
At-
adults probably threw that away.
They should have, because could you imagine at the jail, Arnold's sitting down and he's like, the cops are like, "You're in some deep
He's
shit."
like, no, I don't have anything to do with kids, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
And then they get like, something came in the mail for you, Arnold. He opens it up. It's a note from all these kids.
From
like,
all
"We
these
love
kids
you,"
with like crayons and markers and
saying
shit.
we love you.
I know.
We hope you'll be back soon.
We probably put him away good if that
You
got
guys
sent
put
to
him under the jail with that card. That was like, he probably could have gotten like 2 years like in prison and then some probation or something, or like parole or whatever. I don't know how it works. But like then like they get this and it goes straight to the evidence room and he's away for like 2 decades now because of that card.
No, I'm not gonna say whether or not he was innocent or guilty. That's the story that was told to me. And I used a different name, of course, to protect the identity of this wonderful youth group extraordinaire
Just
leader,
funny.
man. Oh, Arnold.
I just love how everyone's like, no.
I know. It was like, I remember I was sad. I was like, no way. And I talked to my mom about it. My mom was like, yeah, that's not good. that's not good.
When I was in 6th grade, I was really good friends with this guy named Felix. And I
How's it
remember
going, bros?
what? Oh, I got off the bus one day,
Uh-huh.
and like my mom picked me up, and she's like driving me home, and she was like, "Hey, honey, I have some bad news." And I was like, "What's up, mom?" And she was like, "Felix had been hit by a car and passed away." And I just started like bawling in the backseat of the car because he was my friend, and I was like,
Jesus Christ.
"He was my friend." She's like, "I know, sweetie, I know." Turns out she was talking about my neighbor's dog, Felix, that got hit by a car, and she just forgot to mention that it was the dog and not my friend Felix. So I just remember like being in tears in the back of the car and being like, "He was my friend."
They're worth the same thing to her.
Yeah, exactly. And like, and then finally my mom was like, "I meant the dog," and it was like the biggest moment of relief.
But at the end of the day, the dog still's dead.
Yeah, well, the dog was mean. Well, the dog didn't deserve to die because it was mean. The only memories I have of that dog was a really old, mean dog that tried to bite people and then went into the street.
I understand, like, that would suck to get a bad dog.
Oh yeah, and
You
then
know?
you're stuck with it.
Yeah,
Like
I'm lucky with Lego. Like, I mean, he's a nuisance and he's dumb, so, a lot of the time. I wouldn't say dumb. He's more clumsy than dumb.
Yeah, he's really clumsy. He doesn't take in his size into account.
Yeah, he thinks that he's a small little puppy.
And then he'll like jump up on the couch when
Yeah.
like 6 people are on it and like smack everyone with his tail.
But I love him. He's a good dog, and I think I got lucky with him. But I couldn't imagine getting like a dog. Like if I got Lego and he was just constantly like growling and barking at anyone who came near him, and like even I was the only one that got to pet him or anything. Like he would
that'd be
always nip
awful.
at people.
That'd
Like
be so bad.
that'd be horrible.
'Cause you'd also have to be scared that he would like attack a smaller dog or something.
Yeah,
'Cause
he does bark at other dogs.
Yeah, he does like to go bow. It scared it. His bark is so sharp. It's very like
Annoying.
it's very jarring when you hear. It's
Yeah.
like, ah.
Like please stop.
Especially if it's like nighttime, you're taking him out for a walk and it's all silent, and when he just barks, and it's like, oh.
I get mad at him. I'm trying to tell him not to, but he
Gotta
does.
beat it out of him, boy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't. Banana's an asshole, but I don't think he's a bad cat. But I think he does have a lot of asshole tendencies, like knocking.
He's not the best behaved cat
Yeah, but he's not. He's not.
when
a
it
bad
comes to
cat,
other
though.
people. Or like learning to like getting along with new people.
Yeah,
He gets used to people though.
I mean, it's a cat though. They're not always the best with new people. But like, what really pisses me off about Banana, I don't know why. If there's an open drink,
Swallowed the fly.
what?
Nothing.
If there's an open drink on like a counter or a table, he'll wait until no one's around and he'll knock it off.
Yep.
Like every time. Like, say there's an open Gatorade bottle, he'll knock it off. The other day, we went and got lunch at like this healthy place, and I got carrot juice, and like I brought it home, and it was in like a closed cup, like a plastic cup with a straw and lid.
Yeah.
And I had it on the table, and like I went in my room, and I came back out, and he had knocked it on the floor, and like the floor's like orange, and I had to like clean it up for like 20 minutes to get the orange out. So Banana, if you're listening to this, you're an asshole.
Aw.
He's at home right now, just like, I was just trying to get your attention.
You fucking bastard.
I just wanted to look. He's greasy. I gotta give him a bath. He's
Yeah.
actually getting greasy.
Lego's just getting all full. His hair's getting really
He's
long.
getting a little ratty with his hair.
Yeah.
You gotta get a pair of shears and just.
Yeah. I need to go take him to Petco.
Dude,
soon.
what I'm saying, we used to do it with my golden. You should get him like not just haircut, but you should get him like actually trimmed because they're all fuzzy and soft, and it's so cute.
Yeah.
It's not like buzz cut soft. It's like stuffed like teddy bear soft because
Really?
it's still short.
Yeah.
But it's like puffy, kind of like fuzzy, and they don't shed, and they're like they don't get hot because of. And God knows our AC breaks every other day at our apartment.
Mine's finally working well.
Well, I
It's
left
not
my
dripping
money today.
anymore.
Basically, what our ACs do is, so our apartment's like 3 rooms. My room, living room, and Ryan's room. There's like kitchen and bathrooms and closets, but those are subdivisions of other rooms. So we have 3 AC units in our apartment, and like they're not. Here's the thing.
The company doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, the company does like our AC like was giving us error codes because it has a little like digital screen on it. It was giving us error codes. So I went to go look it up, and like the company dissolved like 3 years ago. It doesn't exist anymore. And same with like all the PDFs of like the how to work the AC, like they're just gone offline. So these ACs, I'm not surprised the company doesn't exist because probably I'd say at least once a month they break and we have to call someone. And the guy that works at our building that fixes things doesn't really do anything.
He lost his tools one time.
Yeah, we're walking out of our apartment to go to work one morning, and he's like, "Hey, your boys seen my tools?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I misplaced my tool set." And I was like, "Fuck, what do you mean you misplaced your tool set? How did you lose your tools? Like, did you leave them in someone's apartment? I don't understand." But so basically what our AC does is it broke during the biggest heat wave of the year in Los Angeles, which, by the way, was also when Jacksepticeye was staying at our apartment. So we had like guests staying with us, and it was 108 degrees outside one day, and our AC is not working. And then basically like our AC gets fixed, and it breaks again. It's fixed, breaks again. This is like in a week.
Yeah.
And we put in like 10 requests, and they never came. And finally, they brought us like a temporary one. But the other way,
I love that temporary one.
Oh, it was great.
It feels so cool. I might just want to get one because I love a cold room.
That was like an industrial one though. That was probably like $600-700.
I'll dip into my life savings.
Ask your mom for the money. Like, Mom, can I get your can you die soon so I can get the money from your will and get a nice industrial air conditioning?
Yeah, Cecile's visiting us soon.
She is. She's coming this week.
Saturday she arrives.
She's coming this week.
Ooh.
But anyway, then what our AC does? What?
Nothing.
Our AC will just start pouring out water, like all three of them. Well, not the one in the living room, but the one in my room and your room. They'll just start fucking pouring out water, like out of nowhere.
I wish it was at a convenience. Like, hey, I'm thirsty.
Yeah, exactly. And I could just walk over and like get my little chalice, fill it up with some AC water, take a sip. But like they keep doing that, and it's pouring water all over the floor and like warping the wood. I'm getting really scared that I'm gonna get charged for that.
Yeah.
But
we know how all of you love a good talk about air conditioning unit malfunctions, and we're glad that we could supply you with that.
Absolutely.
We're sorry this is going to be one of the shorter-ish episodes of the podcast.
No.
I know because Chris and his friends need to record, and we share a recording space, and
yeah, we gotta. They're all waiting outside. Chris and Spaz Kid and Ding Dong and Julian. Those great American boys. They got to record some stuff. So we got to get out of the recording room. But anyway, guys, next week we'll have some new topics for you. We got some guests planned. I know we've been saying that. We just haven't been able to get the guests on. We haven't booked.
You're not lying. We have them planned.
Yeah, we have them booked, and like they're agreed. We just can't get them on because we're recording the podcast so late every night because we're so busy with work. But we're on like a plan right now to get more backlogged with all the channels.
Hopefully we'll implement this next coming week. Yeah.
So we're gonna be less busy hopefully in the coming weeks and months, so we can devote more time to this channel and bring you guys more quality grade A content. So thank you guys so much for listening. The podcast is on iTunes. Drops on iTunes every Saturday, and if you want to see.
Welcome back to the Super Mega Cast. This is a very special Super Mega Cast, only because of the number, not because of the content. This is our 20th episode.
Yeah, believe us, guys, the content in this one is not going to be any better than any of the other ones.
It's just another one thing of us talking for a long time. It's one of,
They're probably worse.
Our podcast can be labeled as this. Not long enough to be considered a podcast, but not short enough for anybody to care.
Exactly. Now let's take a sip of our Fiji water together. That is good aesthetic water.
Now, do you think that's placebo working, or do you think it actually? I actually like Fiji water.
I do like Fiji water, but to be honest, if you sat me down with like Smart Water,
unsponsored by the way,
if I had multiple bottled waters, unlabeled, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. So,
I thought you had a pretty good tongue for water.
Well, yeah, for like Los Angeles water.
Yeah.
Los Angeles tap water tastes like shit. I noticed that again tonight. I was standing in line at Shake Shack, and I had a little cup of water, and it tasted real bad.
You know what water isn't good?
What?
Box water.
Have you had it? I have not.
It has that cartony taste. You know. It's like that slight kind of cartony taste. Or I mean, it may not be the taste, but you know how a carton smells?
Yeah, it's got that
that affects your taste. So this is a first wonderful conversation.
Yeah, and that's got me thinking, coincidentally, because we were talking about this earlier today. Like what drinks? There's this weird like stigma about certain drinks that you know you can only drink them out of a certain like containers.
Yeah,
like I'm trying to think of
like you can't drink milk out of a can.
Yeah, that would just be weird. Or like
you can, I guess, but it's just odd thing. But even though they have coffee in cans now,
what about like fruit punch out of like a little cardboard milk carton? Like it's just weird.
I'm trying to think of like that this would be perfect. Why don't they make like wine Capri Suns?
I don't know. I like
that's a perfect serving of wine, a little glass of wine,
and a little mom. Like I could see a little soccer mom watching her kids play soccer, sipping on one of those. It's perfect.
There's soccer moms that like poke a hole in it, put wine in it, then like duct tape it back up.
Yeah,
give it to their kids so they'll shut up on long car drives.
They'll just pass out in the back seat. I mean, like they turn around an hour later and just vomit all over the kid. Like,
God damn it.
And then they beat their kid anyway.
Here's the thing, like I can't remember what I was eating, but I decided to eat it with my hands instead. Like it might have been like a steak or something. I can't remember. And no, I remember what it was. I was using chopsticks, and I was using my left hand to kind of scoop rice onto the chopsticks. And like the people that I was eating dinner with were like, "That's gross," blah blah blah. And I'm like, "You use your hands to eat chicken wings. You use your hands to eat burgers. Why can't you use your hands to eat other food? Is it particularly wrong?" I know it looks weird and it's not the normal thing to do, so it comes off odd, but why can't you just kind of like dig your hand into a bowl of rice?
That's so true, because you know what? If I had a bowl of rice, if I just ate it with my hands, I'd be able to eat it like 4 times faster and easier. And when I'm hungry and I got a bowl of rice, I don't want to have to like
you don't need the
dilly-dally around, yeah. I can just use my hand.
And to eat soup, you don't need a spoon. You just slurp it up. You just pick up the bowl like you do with like milk after you're done with cereal.
Okay, I thought you were about to say like just also use your hands for soup.
No,
dip your hands. And I was like, well, that one might be a little.
Just dip your hands in there and suck on your fingers a little bit.
I was about to say, I think that one might be a little over the line.
Yeah,
I don't know, but our buddy. We have a friend named Jose, and his grandma is from the Philippines, and he says that she eats everything with her hands, like everything.
Everything?
She'll go to restaurants, and like even if it's a nice restaurant, she'll just eat everything with her hands.
Good.
Because I guess it's how she was raised, but her whole life, he says she just eats everything. Just
as long as you wash them, why is that?
Yeah, exactly. As long as they're clean. They should make eating gloves, like not latex gloves, but nice little gloves just for eating. And then I can just go at my food, eat at a nice pace, eat as much as I want. Don't have to worry about ever dropping my fork. That's always awkward, right? You're on a nice dinner date and you drop your fork.
Well, hold on one second. I think
There's something over here. Hold on. Wait 1 second, Matt. I see this box thing over here. What is this? Holy shit!
Whoa!
It's a Segway!
Oh my god! Whoa! We just recently hit 100,000 subscribers.
Yes, we did. Wow, so it took 20 podcast episodes for us to reach 100,000 subs.
That's more than I was about to say that's more than 20 weeks, because we had weeks where we didn't have a podcast.
Oh yeah, there was that whole week 3 weeks where you were like on vacation and we didn't have enough content, and it was a very boring / hectic time in my life.
So what do you think of how far the channel's come? Do you think it would? Do you think Do you feel like it's like a big milestone? Of course, it is a big milestone.
Oh, absolutely.
Technically, number-wise, but like, do you feel kind of like different about the channel at all? Does it feel like anything's really changed?
No, I mean, it doesn't feel like anything's changed, but it feels like a little bit different now that, when I look at it and it has that number slapped on it. Because, I think once you cross 100,000, it's when it starts to begin feeling big. I mean, not huge. I think what feels...
We're in the smaller YouTubers now.
Yeah, I think, like, once you cross 300,000 is kind of when I start to feel like actually significant. But
I think around 250 is like when people start to like raise their eyebrows. And
yeah, okay, no, I would agree with that.
When people start to like recognize you as a bigger YouTuber, I think that's the 500,000 mark.
Which, fingers crossed, maybe a year from now we can be there. But I mean, we made a really stupid 100,000 video, but we do genuinely want to say thank you to anyone listening that, has subscribed or watched our other videos, or even just listening to this podcast. Thank you so much for helping us get to 100,000 subscribers because, you know, it doesn't feel like it's that big of a number. Maybe it's because, you know, this is the
we've
third
done this.
time.
Yeah, this is, you know, I did, you know, did it before with Syndigo. You did it before with Kids with Problems, and now we've come together.
Right.
I don't know, getting up, we'll come back to 100,000, but I wanted to kind of touch on Kids with Problems and kind of talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a lot of people have been asking questions about it, so.
Yeah. Here's the thing, you know, I started Syndigo, and that, you know, that unfortunately ended under, you know, unfortunate circumstances, and then Kids with Problems was there, but it was your channel. It is 100% your channel. It will always be your kind of, you know, overarching. You manage it. It is your channel. It's your creation. It's your what's that thing called where you own it? It's like a
intellectual property.
Yeah, it's your like intellectual property of sorts. And Super Mega just kind of like it was our way of making sure there was, you know, it was very equal.
Yeah, exactly.
And that comes with, this is just answering a lot of questions about people. Where's Kids with Problems? This is kind of this is our main channel now. This is definitely 100% our main channel.
Like, I guess to add on to what Ryan was saying, Kids with Problems was a channel that I started when I was a freshman in college with some buddies of mine. And then,
oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
I started Syndigo freshman of college.
Dude, it's like two identicals that then came up and merged together.
Decided to make Let's Plays.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I started it with some college buddies. Well, actually, I made a video for it when I was in high school, but then I really started it back up when I was in college.
Yeah.
And you know, it was this weird like thing about it where, you know, the first video I made was with my friend Jose, and then I started making things with my friend Jackson, and it was kind of this weird thing of like, okay,
We Sell Drugs was the first.
Yeah, We Sell Drugs was the first video, and then it kind of became this thing like, okay, well, who's, you know, like obviously it's my channel, but who like is a part of the channel? So then, I mean, that's where I uploaded like the sketch comedy stuff I made back when I was a freshman in college. And through that channel is how, you know, long story short, I got connected with Ryan and Daniel through Syndigo. And then, you know, one thing led to another. I moved out to LA, and that was like still my channel. And then, you know, after everything happened last year, we're like, okay, so what do we do now? I mean, I have this channel that has, you know, 20,000 subscribers. Why don't we just move to this one? So we did.
So logically, you know, you invited me on to be a member of Kids with Problems, and before that, you've had members before. But it's more like you have a universe. You like you kind of like have you know, it's a sketch comedy show where you're the showrunner.
But then
and
you
have a cast,
whatever friends, I guess.
Yeah, like your cast of friends, and then I came in as kind of like a co.
Yeah,
you know?
like a co-showrunner, I guess. But the thing was like, it felt weird because no matter what we did, it didn't feel like it was 50-50 because it was always, you know, it started out as my channel.
Yeah.
And we got to a point where, you know, it's like we're both out here and we're trying to, you know, do what we love. Why don't we start something new that is just you and me 50-50? You know, it didn't have any like beginnings over here or over there. Just right now, this moment in history, we move forward and start something new. So thus Super Mega was born, and now it's
originally Sellout Club.
It was originally called Sellout Club. I even had like stickers and stuff that we made ahead of time.
Yeah, I think the original colors were like
I think the same.
a turquoise-ish pink.
No, it was turquoise. I think it was the exact same colors. I think I just stole them for the Super Mega logo.
Yeah, just these ones look a little more like red and blue.
Yeah, I think so. And there was I actually really do like the old logo. Maybe we'll release that one day. Let you guys see it. But
maybe we'll have a show based around it. Who knows?
Oh yeah. But
or maybe someone will steal it. Not steal it, but maybe someone will take it.
Someone already took the Twitter handle.
Yeah.
You know who you are. we still kind of wanted to maybe use that one day, and you stole the Twitter handle. So
yeah,
it's fine. Keep the Twitter name for now. If we ever want it, we'll sue you. Don't worry. But yeah. I mean, it's been a really long journey since we started this channel in April. You know, I think it got to the point where, see, we like making stuff, and we were at this weird standstill kind of where, you know, we were just out of ideas for sketch comedy, and, you know, we wanted to make more stuff, like just to have fun to make videos.
Yeah, because we've never, I guess ever since Syndigo too, like we've tried our hand at shit and pandering in certain areas, I'm sure. But it's like, I always, like, I never wanted to just make it so it's like a video once a week. And that's what, you know, we promised sometimes, but it always came into like we couldn't do it, whether it be with Syndigo or Kids with Problems, in a sense, because it's just kind of like, I want to feel proud of these ideas. I want these ideas to feel, good. I don't want it to feel like we're just pumping out the same kind of storyline, different costumes. You know? But Super Mega now, I mean, it's a chance for us to like kind of relax, talk, but yet still create the stuff we want to make. And we're gonna get into sketch comedy with Super Mega. I'm gonna say, we've been promising all these things, but I don't think they're really gonna come into fruition until the beginning of 2017. Just because there's still so much work to be done. There's still so much to wrap up with this year and to just kind of get used to. As I said, we're editing for 5 channels. Not only that, but like, I've been directing all the live action ads for Game Grumps as of recent, and you've been editing all of them. So it's not just like we're editing Grumps and Super Mega. We're I shot and edited the Wendy's thing, and you edited the art gallery video, which is a big video. We're constantly busy with stuff other than Super Mega while we're also busy with Super Mega.
Yeah, like I guess to put it in perspective, because I have seen a lot of people unclear about, what exactly do we do regarding other channels. So maybe we could say, so we edit every Game Grumps video. So that's they upload 3 videos a day. So we edit all of those. And then all of the, live action ads before the videos, or little sketches or videos for Grump Out.
And as of recent, been filming them too.
Yeah. So we've been doing that. And then also Kitty Cat Gaming, which is Mortimer or Susie, Aaron's wife. Her channel, she uploads 5 videos a week. We edit all those. And then Chris, Oni Plays, our good friend Chris, we edit his videos too.
He does a video a day.
1 a day, yeah. And then we also have to run Super Mega.
We got Grump Out as well. Because we got to upload it's the big live action stuff, like the big events.
Yeah, and those videos take a surprisingly long time to shoot and edit, so.
Yeah, well, because we're trying to balance. It's a lot of work, but it's manageable. And right now we're trying to, come up with a system to better manage it. Like, I know, like, there've been mistakes, and people fucking tweet me sometimes like, "Hey, you didn't put up something they said." It's like, I understand it's a mistake. I've just been very, it's an excuse, and I know it is, but like, I have been busy. Mistakes happen.
Major rant, unbridled rage.
Yeah, it's just. Oh my God, it's but we're getting used to it.
At the end of the day, it literally is a full-time like career. It's a job. It's a very busy job.
Well, love it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But it's not like we can focus all our time on Super Mega. We still, if it's 1 a.m. and we got to make something, we're not gonna like half-ass it. We're gonna just stay up until 6 a.m. making something good for Super Mega, because this channel, more than anything, is a passion project.
Yeah.
That Ryan and I, have created because, we're out here doing what we've always wanted. And I don't want, like, I see this channel as like our portfolio. And more so than that, it's almost like, this sounds so cheesy, but it's almost kind of like a memory bank in a way, where I can look back at this time in my life and see what I was doing, and I want to look back at it and be proud of what I made. So
that's definitely how I think of how you think of Kids with Problems, how I think of Syndigo, and it's also kind of like
that's how I see YouTube.
Yeah.
for the stuff we make and have made.
That's also the mindset that I have with my Instagram. I treat my Instagram much differently than I do my Twitter.
Yeah, same.
My Instagram is more of kind of like, I think of it as like a photo album, and these are the moments and these are the things that I want to remember. And I have this weird like, I'm sure you can do it, but like, I want to, like, one day, when Instagram's out of just commission, I want to like have a book of all like the photos that I've had, because it does tell a story. Like, I think the first picture is my Iron Giant tattoo, and my Instagram spans across a few years. I wasn't always social media savvy, and I've deleted a ton of shit. I've restarted a ton of shit just because
so many tweets.
Yeah, and a lot of tweets.
I delete.
I don't care. Like
50% of my tweets.
My Twitter is more just kind of like a fun little like, haha, let's have some fun type of thing.
Twitter is like my favorite platform. I guess it's because that's the way I'm connected to the most people, I guess.
Yeah.
And by that I mean mainly other YouTubers and content creators and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I'm able to talk to these people or connect with them, which I really enjoy. And I like just posting just stupid funny shit on Twitter. It's fun.
Oh, sorry, go on.
No.
I interrupted you. I interrupted you, and I'm gonna be honest. I just forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, it's funny you interrupted me because I was saying what I was saying was I was forgetting what I was saying, and then you interrupted me, and then forgot what you were saying.
Well,
what a predicament. So what happens in your brain when you forget what you're saying? I mean, I'm sure people in the comments, if you know, go let her rip. Tell me what it is. Don't copy and paste from Wikipedia because we know when you guys do that.
Or maybe do it because that's you can get information.
It'll be more. Yeah,
try not to. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, we'll learn a little something new. Why is it when I'll be somewhere and I'll be thinking of something, I'll walk through a door and then I'll just forget it, and then it's like, where did that thought go? Why is it gone?
Well, just think about the expanse of which your brain processes things.
Crazy.
I mean,
your brain is.
Yeah, I mean, think like even just getting down to the subconscious, how much the subconscious stores.
It's crazy, like think about every single little memory in your life. That's like somewhere in your brain, and then different things will trigger,
smells,
that
taste,
to be brought back.
Sight, thoughts.
Think about how much information you have stored in your brain from the moment you were born. Like every word in the English language that you know is sitting in your brain somewhere. All your memories from elementary school, middle school, high school, college, all of that stuff is just sitting in there. And like,
well, Matt, if you watched In and Out, you'd know that there's little globes that go away forever.
Oh yeah, Ryan. So, well, In and Out is a fast food restaurant.
Fuck. Inside Out.
Inside and Out. Blew
How
his
I Like
house
My Women
with a blue little window.
I'm a psychopath, serial,
what?
Narcissistic murder man.
Well,
the murder man. He's loose again.
It sounds like a movie, The Murder
Turning
Man.
women inside out from day one. The murder man.
God, what if that'd be such a huge national case, just
the
turning
murder
women
man.
Inside out.
I'd want them to call it the murder man.
Ted Bundy, the murder man. That dude was fucked up.
Would you say who is the murder man? Who is the man that when people think of murder,
the
he
Zodiac
is the man?
Killer? I guess probably.
Yeah,
I don't know how many people did the Zodiac Killer kill. Let's talk about serial killers.
I don't know. I don't know that much about serial killers.
I know.
Well, Ted Cruz was the Zodiac Killer.
Oh, he was, but Ted Bundy was also a serial killer. Not Ted Cruz, but Ted Bundy. Dude, I would love to make a movie about Ted Bundy. He was a terrifying.
Have you seen the
dude.
recordings?
The Ted from what?
No, not Ted Bundy. Oh, who am I thinking of?
Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah.
That's the guy that would kill and eat people, I think.
Yeah. They found something they found whatever in his fridge.
Yeah, like the police were there for some other reason. I don't remember. I think the police came to his house for some other reason, and they opened his fridge, and there were like human heads in his fridge or something like that.
I don't know. I'm sure people will say what really happened. I'm not knowledgeable about serial killers, Matt.
I just remember there was one night back when I was in Charleston, I was like laying in bed, and I just went on Wikipedia, and I read Ted Bundy's entire article, and then I read Jeffrey Dahmer's entire article. And it took like 3 hours, and then I sincerely regretted it as I was laying in bed that night. I was just like, fuck, why did I do that?
What's that famous cult family?
Family?
Yeah, there's like this, they called it a family. Hold on.
I can think of a few cults.
Hold on one second.
There's Jonestown, Heaven's Gate, the guys in Waco, which that was really fucking crazy. The whole Waco, Texas thing. Which that might, I don't know, I think that might be before a lot of people's time, but you should look that up because it's a very interesting thing. It's basically this guy started a cult in this little, like, building in Texas, and basically, like, some real illegal shit was happening there. So then the ATF came out to investigate, and long story short, it started this big, like, firefight with the government that lasted, like, 70 days before they finally ended it because the guy like lit the whole place on fire and killed himself and a lot of other people. Pretty crazy. They should make a good movie about that. There's probably already movies, but
I think I'm thinking of a movie. Honestly, I really do.
Yeah, because I'm like, what?
And it's embarrassing what movie I'm thinking of.
What movie are you thinking of?
I'm thinking of the first Annabelle movie. In the beginning, there's like this there's a bunch of murders going on or something.
I was thinking of this movie. It's Sorcerer's Stone or something.
Voldemort.
How did
one of them was like, yeah, what do you think of Voldemort? Did you read his case files?
God, it's fucking crazy. Like that, just the whole thing that happened with him. Like, and he looks creepy too. Ryan, what are you talking about?
Yeah, sorry for the just kind of
dude. You know what's you know what genuinely like freaks me out is how does like you know who Jim Jones is?
No,
he's the guy that there's the whole famous Jonestown thing. Where basically
the Jonestown. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like he had his little like colony, like cult colony, and he convinced like 900 people to die with him.
Is that the Kool-Aid?
Yeah. Like, how do you do that? How do you get to the point where, like, almost 1,000 people will literally die because you've convinced them to die with you?
Does that...
Including children.
I think I've made this connection before, but, I mean, if you look at the kind of political race going on, it's not really hard to believe that thousands of people would follow someone.
It's just crazy, dude.
Who seems crazy.
That people, like... I guess it's mainly, you know, if some people can get other people when they're in a very, like, vulnerable time in their life where they're kind of like a ball of clay, and I guess, like...
Giving them an answer to where they think there is none.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly why people follow cults and, I guess, join different religions and stuff, because I guess in the end, you know, they're looking for answers, and they want to know... They want, like, different answers to questions about life, and I guess, you know, there's a lot of things that offer different...
Mm-hmm. And some answers make sense to other people, some don't make sense. It's just kind of like how people live.
A bunch of different religions exist, but like then there's the Heaven's Gate people, which like I think they rented a mansion in L.A. And then like I think a bunch of people like they all got like these Nike like awesome Nike shoes and then like gray tracksuits or something, and then just climbed into bunk beds and died because they were if they died on this like certain day or certain 3-day period, they'd go up and join like a spaceship that was passing Earth behind the tail of a comet, and then that's the only way for them to board the spaceship because Earth was about to end.
Really?
Yeah, which obviously Earth didn't end, but it's creepy because the dude that was the leader of that cult, he made these like VHS tapes which you can find on YouTube. I think just search like Heaven's Gate tapes or something. But he was the creepiest looking dude. He's this really old white guy. And it's like all VHS style, and he's just looking at the camera and like talking about his cult, and it's really creepy. And they had this like they had a legitimate like 90s VHS style logo, like for the cult. It looked like it was out of like Reading Rainbow or something, some show like that. I forgot what it was. It's like a little rainbow thing.
One of my favorite production logos is A24.
Oh yeah, that's a really nice logo.
They make great movies too.
They do. Did they do Swiss Army Man?
Let me check. Let's find out. Yeah, they do just a bunch of stuff. Like, yeah, they did Swiss Army Man.
That's what I thought.
Like, they do a bunch of like independent-ish looking stuff.
Are they just like a production company?
They did Room. They did Green Room.
Oh, which was also an excellent movie, and it's very tragic that that dude passed away.
Yeah, I think they're also doing. Hold on, are they doing Fences too?
What's Fences?
No, they didn't. But sorry, I don't know why I thought that. But anyways, Fences is a started out as a play in the 80s, had James Earl Jones in it.
Have you seen American Gangster?
Have I seen American Gangster?
Yeah.
No, I want to.
Good old that's Denzel, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only saw the scene where, spoiler alert, he blows the head.
Oh, just in public when he shoots the dude?
he blows the dude in public.
That was a crazy scene.
I know. I never expected him to just like fucking just walk up to the guy, threaten him, and then blow him.
Threatens him, he undoes his belt, pulls his pants down,
he pulls his gun out, wink, wink, and blows him. Denzel,
my man.
I love Denzel. He's good. He has that Denzel quality. What's that? You know, he always goes, I don't know.
He's got some good. It starts with a G. The word I'm thinking of. It starts with a G.
Gout?
No, that's not. Maybe he has gout. I don't know. But he's got some it's that. Richard Nixon had it. The guy that does accounting for Game
Does
Grumps
Denzel actually have this?
No, it's not like a medical thing. It's just that kind of like feel in your voice, like the.
Oh yeah. I like it. I think it works well with him.
Morgan Freeman has it a little bit, I think.
I don't know what you're talking.
No. Dude, speaking of driving with celebrities, I had an awkward encounter with Jeanette McCurdy, the girl who played Sam on iCarly.
Oh yeah.
Was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. So I'm leaving the Game Grumps office to go home, and I call an Uber, and it says like my Uber driver needs to complete another trip, but I see him like coming up the road, and I'm like, oh okay, I guess this is him, and he pulls up and stops and looks at me, so I'm like, okay, well the trip's not over yet, but I guess I guess he wants me to get in, so I'm like, do I get in? And he's like, get in, son. So I get in the front seat, and then like he starts driving off. And he's all confused because, like, now he has two different Uber trips in his car at once. And he is very confused. He's this older dude, and I can tell he doesn't really know where he's going. And he's like, oh, where am I taking you, young lady? And I hear this girl in the back seat like, I don't know, I've never been there. And I look on the phone screen, and it says, like, current client, Jeanette. And I looked in the little rearview mirror, and it was fucking Sam from iCarly. And I was like, holy shit.
Jeanette.
So
you know what happened? You know what the real story is?
What?
Fucking Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider sent her to come, like, scope us out and to kill it because we were making fun of him in our videos. What a weird coincidence, though.
She was meeting up with him.
You know, he starts driving, like, circles around the block, not knowing where he's going. And she's like, I'm going to this one place.
Wait, does he start, like, driving circles around the outside?
Yeah,
round
like...
the outside, round the outside.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Continue.
But he was actually dropping Jeanette McCurdy off exactly where he was picking me up. He just didn't drop her off when he picked me up. So then he drove, like, around this little neighborhood and then, like, down the highway, or not the highway, but down, like, the main road and then through a Rally's parking lot and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why. He just didn't know where he was going. And then finally he dropped her off because I was like, oh, you're going here? You want to go here? And she was like, oh, thank you. She was super sweet, super nice, super beautiful. I wanted to smell her hair. And she got out of the car and I watched her walk away. And that's the last time I'll probably ever see Jeanette McCurdy.
Creep.
No, she's a beautiful woman. She was
that's a creepy man.
She's probably listening to this podcast. I bet she loves Super Mega. But dude, they're like, what are the odds? You know, we make the iCarly video, and then we make the wrestling video making fun of Dan Schneider, and then just like 2 weeks later, I get into an Uber with Jeanette McCurdy. Because I wasn't even supposed to get in the Uber with her. He was dropping her off and picking me up, but he just somehow, like, I don't know, he was confused, so he let me get in the car while she was still in it, and then drove around the block with both of us in it. I was like in a cold sweat, though. I was just like, oh my God, that's Jeanette McCurdy. Holy shit. I just, like, I saw her in the mirror, and I was freaking out, but...
You dropped trowel?
I dropped trowel, and I took a shit right in the front seat of the car. And she said, oh my God, that's just like Dan.
Just like Dan.
What was that?
I don't know. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. Hello? Hello, I'm the nostalgia
What has this
critic.
podcast become?
I don't know. People are now, like, you know how people zone out? They're tuning in all of a sudden
like,
with,
what's going on?
Oh my God!
They're like,
Hello?
they're trying to do their homework while they're, like, doing this, and they're, like, paying attention. It's kind of like white noise in the background, and then just like...
We saw the most just cringy video. It was with Angry Joe, like calling out Jeff Keighley.
Oh, dude,
And,
that
like,
was so bad.
Like in the interview, like Angry Joe's just kind of just being a douche, I guess.
Yeah, he's being an asshole. Like, he doesn't
being
understand
inconsiderate.
social norms.
And Jeff Keighley's like, hey, I got a show to run, and he's like, you know, saying hey to other people who are wanting to say hey to him, you know, not giving 100% of his time to Joe. And there's this part where, like, Joe just pauses the video, and he comes in, and he's, like, green screened himself on top of the video with him and Keeley. And
Yeah,
he just
like,
looks at the camera and is like,
he just shrugs, like,
come on! Can you believe this guy?
Yeah, like, so Angry Joe is asking Jeff Keighley questions, and he's trying to, like, be like the high man. He's trying to make Jeff Keighley look like an asshole, but it's like, Ryan, you fucking ripping ass over here, dude, while I'm telling a story.
So continue, I'm sorry.
He's, like, Jeff Keighley's like, hey, I got a show to run. And, like, Jeff Keighley's done nothing wrong, and Angry Joe is trying to make him look like an asshole, but Angry Joe looks like the asshole. Like, so bad. But then Angry Joe, like what Ryan said.
Can you put a link to that video?
Yeah, it'll be in the description.
Okay.
Like, Angry Joe freezes the video, and it's like in The Emperor's New Groove. He walks on camera, and he's like, come on, seriously?
But there's one where he doesn't say anything, right? Where he just comes in, like, throws his hands up in the air, then walks off.
And it's so funny.
It's like, what am I supposed to? Am I taking a side here?
I would love to do that in, like, a fully serious movie. Like, just halfway through a scene, just pause it, have the character walk on, like, what do you think of that? And then walk off screen. People would be so confused.
I'd love to do that.
But then the rest of the movie goes on being fully serious. There's nothing else.
Can we cosplay as Angry Joe at some convention? I would love to do that.
Oh, totally.
I would totally do that.
I'm gonna have to cut. We'll both have to cut our hair a little bit and make it look weird. But
I'm gonna get like a Build-A-Bear leather jacket.
A Build-A-Bear leather jacket.
So it's like super tight. Because he wears like a really tight leather jacket.
I get like a jacket from Build-A-Bear Workshop.
Yeah.
I was thinking there was like a Build-A-Bear place where you can make leather jackets, and I was like,
I like
what?
Build-A-Bear, dude.
I've never been to Build-A-Bear.
It's fun. You stuff it and you kiss the heart and place it in the animal. And
do you really kiss the heart? Is that like a thing you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
Really?
Give it a little smooch.
There was always Build-A-Bear. There was one in Charleston, and I passed it a few times, but I never went to it because
Hold on, Matt. Wait 1 second. This conversation. I'm just imagining people just. Yeah, I went to it. There's this Build-A-Bear. Never went to it. Yeah, I saw a Build-A-Bear the other day, and I didn't go to it either. Yep.
that's good podcast talk right there. Yeah, there was a Build-A-Bear. I never went to it. Yeah, I saw one too. Awesome.
Did you see that new Build-A-Bear? Yep, but I've never been.
I'm glad that 10,000 people, on launch day can listen to us just ramp, just like, yeah, I've never Build-A-Bear. Build-A-Bear, yeah, I saw one once.
I've probably made a total of like 4 or 5 Build-A-Bears.
We should go to Build-A-Bear sometime. Not like film it, just go for fun. Would that raise...
God, they discussed going to Build-A-Bear together. Oh,
I ship it. Would that raise any red flags with adults? I mean, we are adults, but fellow adults, would that raise... No,
because you can go there to buy like shit for your girlfriend or your...
But like two grown men walking into a Build-A-Bear and just like having a good time and making teddy bears doesn't
This is
look
for
weird.
our niece.
I don't have a niece, though. Not yet.
Well, how would they know? Do they when you go to the cash register and Build-A-Bear, when you go make the fucking birth certificate for your bear, which you have to do, you'd be like, this is for my niece. And then they'll go do a background check. Does he have a niece? Sir, we have it here under good authority that you do not have a niece.
Do you think when like Barack Obama was under fire for like his birth certificate?
Barack Obama was under fire?
Yeah, dude. Do you think when he was under fire for his
when he was in Benghazi getting off the plane?
on
the tarmac?
Fire? Do you think that like he just went to Build-A-Bear and got like a birth certificate and was like, oh. He made a bear and named it Barack Obama and was like, give this one to the press. That'll Trump.
Show Donald.
Yeah, Donald Trump was responsible for getting that birth certificate, guys. You heard it in the debate last week.
That debate was miraculous.
That was so much fun to watch. And I'm legitimately, I probably think about it 2 to 3 times a day, every day, how excited I am for the next debate on October 9th. Yeah, we're going to, I think you and me.
go to a housewarming party.
On the 9th?
Yeah.
No.
I know.
Ryan, I was talking to Ross today. You, me, and Ross, we were all going to get together and watch it on his projector.
Can we save that for the last debate? The final presidential debate? Let's make a big thing of the final presidential debate.
Well, and then we should do a stream afterwards and just discuss politics.
I don't want to discuss politics. The only thing I don't know, I discuss politics a lot. I've actually gotten more interested in politics because it's starting to kind of affect the entertainment that I do. Yeah. That we do.
It's not that I'm becoming more, into politics. It's just so much more entertaining now that we're older, and also just this election in general. It's just such a little. Donald, how did if you support either one of these candidates, I'm not giving you any hate or anything. I'm just genuinely confused how Donald Trump ended up being the presidential runner-up next to Hillary Clinton.
Dude, he's just like Reagan, man.
I love Reagan, dude. I was watching a video of it was like a hidden phone call, not a phone call, but like a recording from the Oval Office.
Did they hide it under their chairs?
No, it was Richard Nixon when he was in office, and he's like, I was trying to tune into the baseball game on television the other day, and they had a movie on where they were promoting homosexuality on television. And then he's like, homosexuality leads to the fall of nations. I mean, you saw what it did to the Greeks. And then he legitimately says, my favorite quote from Richard Nixon was just, what was it? The last 6 Roman emperors were fags, I think is what he said.
Really? What the fuck?
He says, the last 6 Roman emperors were fags. He just says that.
Really?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick.
The last 6 Roman emperors were fags.
There it is. The last 6 Roman emperors were fags.
God.
And then right before he says, Aristotle was a homo. We all know that. Richard Nixon, everybody.
This is LBJ talking about his pants. Have you heard about that?
I love this.
He's just like,
you never do have much margin there. Let's see if you can't leave me about an inch from where the zipper ends, round under back to my bunghole.
I love
it. Did he say bunghole?
Yeah, he's like right up just near my bunghole.
Did he coin the term bunghole? LBJ, can we credit him as coining the term bunghole?
It's because he has a huge dick and he needs some extra spot. That's seriously why he has a big dick.
It back.
He's got a big dick.
They didn't call him LBJ for nothing.
Little Big Johnson.
Yeah, there it is. There you go. I didn't know where I was going with that, but you saved it.
There we go. Like Dwayne the Rock, but smaller.
Dwayne the Rock Little Cock Johnson. Am I
right? We're calling you out, Dwayne. Nice YouTube channel, by the way.
Dwayne, come on our YouTube channel and dude, legitimately, I will let Dwayne the Rock Johnson punch me full force in the face if he.
That'll kill you.
I'll let him do it.
He'll kill you.
Well, not
if
full.
it was full force.
Not full Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
I want to see him
force.
throw you.
Oh, dude, I would love to. I would let Dwayne throw me. Like, that's a once in a lifetime thing is to get Dwayne the Rock Johnson just to pick me up and throw me, because he could throw me far. Like where? Like,
I want to know how far he could throw you.
let's walk to let's go to the pier in Santa Monica, and then just get Dwayne the Rock Johnson to pick me up and just chuck me over the edge.
Feed
of
you
the
to the
pier.
fishes.
I'm actually terrified to go swimming. You're not supposed to go swimming around Santa Monica because it's apparently the water is not safe. Not because of fish, but because of pollution and acid and stuff. You know, that ocean dropping acid.
Ooh. Hey, dude, look at this other segue I found.
Oh, wow, let's climb on.
Okay. We finished Pikmin.
We did.
You finished Pikmin, sorry.
Ryan, that was a team effort.
I didn't touch the controller once.
Honestly, if I weren't Let's Playing that, I could have done that game so much better. It pains me, but whatever.
Whatever.
And yes, we would like to, obviously, no promises because we don't want to get shit on in the future, but we see your comments, and we definitely would like to do Pikmin 2 some point down the road. Not anytime soon, because we're going to be returning to Papers, Please and some other series.
Yeah.
And we got a new series coming up soon.
Which you will see what it is.
Ryan's very excited for it, one of his favorite games.
Oh, here's the... There you go. Yep, you know what it is.
Yeah,
Anyways.
so if you guys guessed that, that's a hint to what series is coming up soon on our channel. But we also, I know you guys are excited. We're doing Papers, Please. We're going to pick that back up, go full steam with it. Probably just do a lot more episodes. We don't see it. I mean, I don't see any.
Why don't we go full you play with it?
What? Yeah, but we're gonna bring back Papers, Please. You guys want it, so we're gonna do a little more Super Mario Maker.
We will. I mean, it's just inevitable.
It's a matter of time.
Now we're just gonna have fun with it. Just do a bunch of fun fucking levels.
Yeah, we're not gonna do any of that expert mode bullshit anymore. That just, I mean, if you guys want that,
it would be a waste of y'all's time. We're not that good.
Because God,
but maybe we'll get better.
Remember, we recorded like 3 or 4 recording sessions. We completely scrapped because we played Super Mario Maker for like an hour and got nowhere because I don't know. I mean, you're way better at Mario Maker than I am. You're on like another level than I am. But you're still not that good at it.
No, I would have to. I've never beaten a Mario game.
God, but then
I've always just kind of played until I got bored.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and I always replayed like other levels and stuff. Like I've always gotten to like the last world, and it's not because it was too hard. It's just literally like it was like I'm kind of like I'm done jumping over
another
things.
Game, yeah,
it was like something else came out. So have I really never beaten a Mario game?
I've beaten.
I feel like I have. Have I not?
I don't know, dude. Come to think of it, I don't know if I have either. I mean, I've beaten like traditional Mario games. I beat Super Mario 3D World.
Those count. Those are Mario games.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I've beaten that.
Any like Nintendo licensed Mario game.
I beat Super Mario Bros. Wii, I think. New Super Mario Bros.
Okay.
And
I didn't beat the cat one. I got close. I got close though, but then just like any other game, I just kind of was like, oh well.
That's my thing. I'm not very good about finishing games. I kind of play them until I kind of burn out on them.
If I finish a game, like I've beat a lot of video games, but I'd say I've of course played more than I've beat, and I'm talking about spare time, not just because just because of the channel. Of course now I've played more games than I've beaten. It takes a special game to keep my interest.
Yeah, I think there's a Zelda game that I've actually beaten twice, and it is, I've probably said this before, but it's like in my top 3 favorite games of all time. It's Link's Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love it, and I would love to play it on Super Mega at some point. I would absolutely love that.
Definitely.
We have and guys, again, we're always trying to think of new series, new one-offs, games to play. If you ever have suggestions, please leave them in the comments for us.
Or better yet, if you have suggestions, head on over to the Super Mega subreddit. That's r/Super Mega. And if you don't know Reddit, then you go reddit.com/r/Super Mega.
Yeah.
Or just go to Reddit, search Super Mega.
And we've I think it's stickied on the very top of our subreddit is a mega suggestions thread.
So leave suggestions there.
Yeah, just if those don't even have to be for games, they can be for live action, anything like that. Speaking of live action, we actually shot a little. I mean, as of when we're recording this, we shot our first fan mail opening video today.
Might be releasing tomorrow. Probably
yeah, possibly.
is. Yeah. But we'll see how that goes. It all depends on how we feel about it.
Yeah, I gotta edit the shit out of that one.
Thank you guys for sending us mail, by the way. Our P.O. Box is pinned on our Twitter.
Yeah,
currently.
Go check that out.
I know in the future we're not going to have it pinned there. But
it's also the same as the Game Grumps. It's the same, like, P.O. Box.
Yeah, just make sure it's, addressed to Super Mega.
Otherwise, we will not open your thing because it will get opened by the
someone
Game
else.
Grumps. Yeah, but everyone that sent us stuff, I'm sure some people listening have sent us stuff. Honestly, like, not everything made it into the video for different reasons, whether if it's just like a letter or something, but like we really, really appreciate everything you guys have sent us. Like, it's all been very sweet, except for a few things, which you'll see in the video, probably. Yeah. There were a few things that really bothered me.
Yeah.
But you guys will see that when the video drops. But it was it's very sweet of you guys. You sent some very nice things, very nice letters. Ryan,
so nice. Just the nice what?
Dude.
Do we have to end the podcast now?
Yeah, we got to end it. You ruined it.
Okay.
But guys, this has been the 20th episode of Super Mega Cast. Can't believe we've done 20 of these things. That is what? That's got to be at least
20.
15 hours worth of us just talking, right? Would you say?
No. Is it?
At least it's
because like a lot of our podcasts are like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I guess
it's 32 an hour, so I can say at least 12 hours.
We've never reached an hour.
You could wake up at 6 a.m. and probably listen to our podcast nonstop until 6 p.m.
Definitely.
Is that a safe bet?
I'd say that, definitely.
And they are all on iTunes and also Google Play Music if you're an Android listener. So if you want to listen to us on the go or in your car or something, go check us out on iTunes. They drop on iTunes on Saturday, and then they're on YouTube on Thursday. And I see a lot of people in the comments saying, like, put it on SoundCloud and stuff. We might do that at some point, but right now we have it on Android and iOS. So
we'll keep you updated. If there's enough call for it, we'll think about it a little more.